What is going on, everyone? It is time to play some weird D&D today. That's all that I can really describe it as, is weird D&D. So thank you all for being here. This is going to be an experience. For those who do not know, we tonight are going to be running the first ever, hopefully, maybe the world's first ever completely AI generated D&D one shot. Yogi is going to keep playing with some green screens that will completely set the mood, and we'll see if he starts to behave himself. So I played no part in what's happening tonight. I am only going to tell the players what AI has told me to do. There's this awesome new chat program called ChatGPT that is way cooler than Smarter Child was back in the AOL Instant Messenger days in like the early 2000s. But it's AI driven. You can ask it for prompts and it will give you unique responses, which is super cool. So tonight, our scenario, all of the characters, the environments, the images that you're seeing, even the player characters were all AI generated. We had very, very little input into what any of that stuff is going to be. So with that being said, joining me tonight, right below me, you will see Yogi Bear, who is going to play Kavik tonight. You can say hi.
Yo. I don't like, is me as Kavik? I don't know.
Kavik, whatever you. It didn't pronounce it for me, so you can say it however you want.
Kavik, the wizard.
The wizard, Kavik the wizard. Yeah. Just it's just throw out some spells out there. All right.
Magic is what magic does. I don't know what that means.
Below Yogi, we've got the one, the only, the Raza, who is joining me on video, which is super exciting. Hooray, hooray. And he will be playing there. Skylar.
Hello.
Man, I have played so much Valorant and other bullshit with you, and it's fantastic to actually see you on camera for once. This is a special treat for me. So much more handsome than I could have imagined.
Just for you, buddy.
Thank you. We had a special moment as I was trying to set up the cameras properly, where he could be seen snuggling up next to one of my shoulders. It was magical. It was absolutely magical.
I miss it.
All right. And then below the Raza, we have Zeth Maverick, who is going to be playing Zephyr tonight. Say hello, Mr. Zeth.
Hello. How's everyone doing tonight?
Wow, you were loud.
Am I loud?
Just a,
well, how about I turn myself down? Is that better?
Yeah, it's fine. No. You're not too loud.
Okay. I will not be quite as excitable as that from now on.
Oh, please be excitable. That's what makes D&D fun.
Okay.
Like even if your character is subdued, you can still be excitable.
Okay. We can.
Yeah. So I've been working with Zeth for a little while. He is a director on a project that we are working on together. And I am glad to finally have him playing D&D. This is your first time playing D&D, right?
This is my first actual time trying D&D. I've been very interested in like the how's how about I try English today? I've been very interested in how it works. I've paid attention to some of your streams, like Panda streams as well. Just trying to get used to it and understand how it works. But no, this is my first time actually diving into it, and I hope I don't make you pull your hair out. But,
nah. I've got a hat on. That's my helm of protection against hair pulling. So
there we go.
So we'll be perfectly fine. We will walk you through whatever you need. But it'll be cool getting a unique perspective from a new player coming in to see how accessible this campaign will be to a new player. Something completely AI generated.
It's gonna be AI generated.
First game. I know it's probably not the best and most indicative of most D&D experiences that you could possibly have, but we'll roll with it.
Then okay, we'll make it work.
Yeah, we will literally.
finally, below Zeth, we have Sade D&Dearest. Give us a
Yes, that's
hello.
me.
And she's playing
Hi.
Arya tonight.
Yes.
Sade and I have been playing D&D for now about 2.5 years, I guess.
Yes.
Because we have determined that we met in 2020.
Yeah, like literally, and it wasn't. What's crazy too is it wasn't even like beginning 2020. It was like what? May?
It was like mid 2020. I
April.
think we
Yeah, it was,
started
like,
we
April or
started in
May.
August and we met each other like
Oh!
maybe late
Oh
June,
my
early
God.
July.
Yeah, yeah, that's when he auditioned us in June.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Oh my God. And yeah, and he connected. Wow. Yep.
So
Not even technically. So like, yep.
Yeah, we're coming up on 2.5 years. So yeah, we have been playing D&D together ever since, and we have become fast and close friends since then.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. None of these people know each other except for me. Like I'm the connecting. Well, I guess Sean and Yogi and Sade know. but we're pulling people from different walks of life together, and that's always fun for me because it could be explosive, and that's good content, right?
Yes.
So anyway,
Now we're choosing content.
so yeah, with that, we are going to get started with our campaign here. Is everyone ready, or do you have questions? By the way, Zeth, I will say one thing that will be helpful if you do not have physical dice in front of you, you can either roll using D&D Beyond, or you could just do an RNG like 1 to 20 on Google as well for rolling your dice. We'll tell you what to roll though, and D&D Beyond makes it pretty easy. We'll walk you through it every need. So.
All right, sounds good.
Out there that you can probably quickly Google.
There's a dice roller on D&D Beyond.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He has that.
Yep. All right. So with that, let's get started, people. All right. So, you were all hired by a group of powerful mages to retrieve the Orb of Endless Knowledge. It's a powerful magical artifact that is said to grant its wielder immense knowledge and power. The orb is currently in the possession of Xanderon the Wise, the wizard king of the city Aldorath, who is rumored to keep it locked away in his mansion. Mages are willing to pay you guys a large sum of gold to retrieve the orb and bring it back to them. So, you must travel to Aldorath, which you have already done at this point, find a way to sneak into Xanderon's mansion, and steal the orb. However, keep in mind that Xanderon is a powerful wizard who is guarded by many loyal followers, and you'll have to use all of your skill and wits to evade detection and make your way to the orb. So, we find ourselves in the city of Aldorath. Aldorath is a bustling city located at the mouth of a great river, surrounded by rolling hills and verdant forests. The city is known for its impressive walls and towering spires, which can be seen from miles around. Within its walls, the city is home to a diverse population of humans, elves, dwarves, and other races. The city is ruled by a powerful wizard who resides in a grand mansion at the city's center. The streets are lined with shops and markets where traders and merchants from all over the world come to sell their wares. Despite its many charms, Aldorath is not without its dangers, and adventurers are often called upon to defend the city from the threats that lurk in the nearby wilderness. You find yourself walking up to Xanderon's house, and let's take a look here. If all these images also, by the way, are AI generated. So we will start here with the exterior of Xanderon's mansion. So, Xanderon's house is a large, imposing mansion set on a hill overlooking the city of Aldorath. The exterior of the house is constructed from pale stone with tall, narrow windows and a steeply pitched roof. The entrance is through a grand arched doorway with a pair of heavy wooden doors that are guarded by two fierce-looking gargoyles. The garden surrounding the house is carefully tended with neatly trimmed hedges and colorful flower beds and a variety of trees and shrubs. The gravel path leads up to the entrance with a stable and a greenhouse off to the side. Overall, the exterior of Xanderon's house conveys a sense of wealth and power, reflecting the status of its owner as the wizard King of Eldorath. So, why don't we start here with Zephyr? Can you tell us? Actually, no. We'll go from the other way here. Skylar, why don't we start with you? Why don't you tell us who you are and a little bit about yourself?
All right. Skylar is a rogue.
Yeah, this is like a whole party of birds.
I love that picture. He was trained in the art of stealth and thievery at a young age, and when he got to a point where he wanted to branch out, he decided to look for a better opportunity. So here he is, looking for a way to make it better, we'll say.
Wonderful. All right, and walking alongside Skylar, we also have Kavik. Kavik, would you mind explaining your character and what you're all about?
Hey, I'm Kavik, the wizard. Kenku, grew up in a small town. Always had kind of the knack. Magic was kind of just easy. But as I get older, people didn't like me, I didn't like them. It was better to just go my own way, explore magic a little bit more. So eventually came out here, honing my skills, doing the thing, wandering about, looking for more magic. There's always a problem.
I speak in only short little sentences. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Fantastic. And let's finish with our final bird character here. Zephyr, why don't you explain yourself and kind of what you do?
So, my character is a burb, and he's a hunter.
I'm sorry. My character is a bird.
Bird up.
Burb.
And nobody
Bird
liked him
squad.
because he was annoying growing up. So he spent a lot of time in the wilderness mastering the art of hunting and tracking and using the bow. And the only reason that he is here is because he saw other birds and he wants friends. That is why I am here.
That flock mentality.
Yes. Bird up, man.
Bird
How
up,
did we
man.
end up with 3 birds?
Well, the first two were
We almost ended up with
completely.
4.
Yeah, we almost did. But surrounded by a whole bunch of birds is our final character, played by Sade. Sade, could you explain Arya?
Yes, my name is Arya. I'm a noble drow who came from a very, very well-known family. But, everything felt a little out of place. So I decided I wanted to explore the surface because there were a lot more interesting and, let's be real here, less dangerous animals on the surface. So when I was old enough, I left my family and I've been making it on my own as a ranger. I like to impress people with my archery, but don't tell anyone that.
Wonderful. So, once again, all of these characters, their descriptions and their art was all AI generated. So, if they're bad characters, then blame the AI. If anything goes wrong tonight, blame the AI.
Right.
Nothing can be held against me.
All right. So, you find yourself walking up here to the gardens that are kind of outside the front of Xanderon's manor here. And the gardens outside of the house are carefully tended and beautifully landscaped with a variety of trees, shrubs, and flowers. The gardens are divided into several distinct areas, each with its own unique character. One area is a formal garden with symmetrical beds of colorful flowers and neatly trimmed hedges. In the center of the garden is a fountain with water flowing from the mouths of stone lions. Another area is a wildflower meadow with tall grasses and a profusion of colorful blooms. Butterflies and bees flit among the flowers, and a babbling brook winds its way through the meadow. A third area is a peaceful pond surrounded by willow trees and water lilies. Frogs and dragonflies can be seen darting amongst the lily pads, and a small bridge spans the pond, providing a peaceful spot for contemplation. Overall, the gardens outside of Xanderon's house are beautiful and serene, perfect for relaxation and contemplation. As you explore, you do come across, you do see some gardeners as you're walking through these gardens. But yeah, what would you like to do?
Just so I'm super clear here, so Xandron, the person's house that we're going to right now,
Mhm.
is the one we're trying to steal this orb of endless knowledge from.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
But we're okay to be on the premises.
Yes. So the gardens
Currently
are while they are a part of his overall residence, he does open them up to the public. Xanderon, I'll go ahead and actually, why don't all of you make a history check here and see how much information you would know about Xanderon?
8.
Okay.
18.
18.
15.
15. And Zeth?
First roll was 5.
Yeah.
Welcome to D&D, baby.
Where be the dice? The dice icon on the bottom. So what dice am I rolling?
So most rolls are going to be a 20. So any skill checks, attacks, anything like that will all be a D20, and then you would add a modifier depending on what you're rolling for. So in this case, with a history check, Zephyr has a +2 in history. So you would roll a D20, add 2.
Okay, so I press. Okay,
You could also click the.
I think I got 13, so I got 15 with history.
A 15. All right. I'll say that everybody save for Kavik, because he's just sitting there with his 8. Was able to know a decent amount here. But even with that 8 though, you know that Xander on the Wise is a powerful wizard, renowned throughout the land for his knowledge and skill in the arcane arts. He rose to power in Eldorath through a combination of his exceptional magical abilities and his wise and just leadership. As a powerful wizard, Xanderon was able to protect the city from threats both external and internal, earning the trust and respect of its people. He was also known for his fair and compassionate rule, listening to the concerns of the city's residents and working to address their needs. Over time, Xanderon's reputation as a wise and capable leader grew, and he was eventually chosen to rule over Eldorath as its wizard king. So, his overall perception seems to be fairly positive, from what you know, and along with that idea, even though these gardens do belong to him, he does open them up for public consumption, for people to stroll among them and be serene and contemplative, as the other description said. And it even allows you to get fairly close to the mansion itself. So, what would you like to do?
So how do we want to get in?
I would like to scout the wildflowers.
All right. What are you looking for in the wildflowers?
I just want to appreciate the wildflowers.
Okay. Go ahead and make a nature roll for me.
Gotta stay on target. It's also just trying to learn this character sheet.
By the way, these character sheets, I think 2 of them were given to them about a half hour before we started, and 2 more were provided still earlier today with essentially no input from the players.
I got a 3.
You do not appreciate these wildflowers.
I think they're pretty awful.
Yeah, I mean, so you being from a land far away from here, you are just not you haven't acclimated and begun to really appreciate the flora, of these flowers around here. So you're doing your best to try and study and understand and appreciate the flora of the overworld.
But boy, am I disgusted.
Yeah, exactly. You reel back as you take a sniff and a bee just flies up your nose.
Oh God!
Can I eat that?
You want to eat the bee out of her nose?
I am Burb. I want the bee.
Okay. Let's see. Let's have you make. We'll have you make.
Shoot it out my nose. I do not want
Take
to be
projectile
near my
damage.
Okay.
Quick, 5-second rule.
Oh, no.
I don't think that's how that works, but we're gonna make it work that
No.
way. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and we'll call this a sleight of hand check. So that's gonna be a D20 plus 3.
Okay, so 15.
That's 15 total.
Yep.
Okay. So let's see. Arya, can I have you make a dexterity saving throw as well?
Goodness. Okay. Alright, so oh no. It's only an 8.
Okay. All right. So Zephyr, you were swift enough to be able to grab this bee just with the end of your long beak. However, you were not so careful with it that you considered, hey, I might end up biting the nose of my friend. With that, I'm going to have you make an unarmed strike with, and we're going to cut that damage in half just for a little peck of the beak on the beak of Arya. So
Okay. So unarmed strike.
right.
So attacks.
Uh,
Unarmed strike.
So in this case, we're just going to roll the damage. So it is going to be, wait, it just says 2. It didn't even say like.
It's 2 bludgeoning.
Yeah, often what they do is like a D4 and.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, we'll just say Arya, you take 1 point of damage as Zephyr's beak just clamps to the outside of your nasal cavity, and doesn't split it in half, but it smarts and it starts to bleed a little bit.
Oh.
Bird up.
So, looking at the mansion, you said there were like gardeners and like people about, right?
Yeah. So you see a few commoners here, and you do recognize a couple of people around here as gardeners. And as you're strolling around and you get a better look at the mansion, you do notice that there are 2 guards that are outside flanking the front door, that are standing near the gargoyles that also flank that door.
Can I mill about and see if there are any sides of this mansion or any areas, points of access, ideally, that don't really have any people about?
Okay.
Can I look for assistance since my nose is bleeding and I would like some first aid?
Okay. We will handle these separately. We'll actually handle those in reverse order. So Arya, you are kind of like grabbing onto your nose and asking for some assistance, and
I need a tissue for first aid.
Imagining Chang from Community got bit by a cat.
I got bit
by a bird.
I got bit by a bird.
all right.
And also a bee flew up my nose.
So as you're walking around, suddenly you see one of these gardeners. They kind of look up from what they were doing, and she starts kind of making her way towards you. You see a middle-aged halfling with short, curly brown hair and a round, friendly face. She's slightly plump, with rosy cheeks and a warm smile, and she dresses in a simple green dress with a wide-brimmed hat to keep the sun off of her face. And she comes up and she goes, "Oh, dear. Oh, I'm so sorry to see that happened. Oh, is there anything I can do to help?"
Is there anything inside that you could help me, to clean this up?
Oh, dear.
And
Well,
I pull my hand away and there's just blood all over my hand.
oh, I am so sorry. What happened there? And you see that as she's asking this, she's actually pulling a small kind of kerchief out of like a pocket on an apron that she's got around her gardener's dress, and handing it out to you to just kind of quell the bleeding a little bit.
I take it and just kind of very, very gingerly try to wipe the blood from my hands, but also realizing I don't want to get blood all over this very kind woman's handkerchief.
Oh no, dear, it's perfectly fine. We've got plenty of them inside. Just take that. That's just a little bit of gauze to help quell the bleeding.
Is there also, out of curiosity, is there a bathroom inside?
Well, not much of a house if there weren't a restroom, but I'm sorry, the inside is not open to the public. If you'd like, you could make your way over to the stable there, and could probably find a corner to take care of your business. But don't tell the master.
I could never.
Wow.
Well, I mean, otherwise, there are various taverns and inns around that you could probably find your way to. But I'm sorry, the interior of the mansion is, well, it's not, like I said, not for the public. That's for the master. That's for Xantaron himself.
I see. Thank you. I appreciate your help.
Of course. And as you begin to kind of walk away, you see another gardener come up here, a slender elf with long flowing silver hair and just piercing blue eyes. She has a graceful and elegant air about her, and a regal bearing that kind of belies her humble profession. She's usually dressed you see her dressed in simple earthly garments and garments, and a wide-brimmed hat, once again, to protect her from the sun. She comes over, and you start to hear, now, what was that? You can't be just, throwing off your profession here. Get back to work. And you see you see the first one there, the halfling, kind of go, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and shamble off to where she was before, starting to kind of prune. Is that the word? Some of the shrubbery there.
Yeah, that would be right.
It depends. Is she trimming it? Is she like?
She's like trimming it, like kind of shape. She's not doing like the full, like trying to shape an animal out of a bush sort of a thing. But she is kind of cleaning it up and shaping it at least.
Yeah, so I think pruning.
Pruning. There we go. I know words. All right.
Have been awful.
All right, and as all of this is happening here, we've got Kavik, who is making his way, just kind of lazily strolling around the house and trying to casually find another entrance. I'm going to have you do two things here. Well, I guess how do you want to do this? Do you want to? No, this is not Matt Mercer saying you're killing something.
I already won.
How do you want to stroll these gardens? Are you looking to like try and sneak around the bushes? Are you trying to just look casual as you're perusing around here? Or
I have an even worse idea than this, so I'm gonna keep it casual.
all right.
Just make it appear like I'm inspecting, like just doing a general checkup, make sure nothing's out of place.
Home inspector Kavik. All right.
Like I said, I have an awful idea.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a performance roll.
Man.
And listen, they're doing some renovations. He's got to make sure that they're up to code. He's just doing his job.
14.
14.
-1.
Okay. Yeah. Let me do something here real quick.
I'm looking for termites. Are they here?
No, I was gonna
By
go
me.
for the plumbing, really, but
Uh-oh.
Sorry,
I have
just a moment here.
patient.
Okay. So as you're doing this here, you're casually strolling around, singing some birdly song and trying to be as nonchalant as possible. But sorry, you have been found out as chalant. And you travel around here, and you see eventually coming up behind you just this big, gruff, grisly looking figure, and he kind of taps you on the shoulder, and you turn, and you see him go, "Hey, what are you doing here? You shouldn't be sniffing around like that."
I'm just making my inspection. Don't worry about it. Hey, Kavik, I'm the plumber. I was called in for my weekly visit. Where were the entrances again?
Wait. The plumber. The plum trees are out in the fourth garden.
Oh, now, you're septic. You're septic.
I don't think that I have any kind of disease.
Where are the toilets in the mansion?
Wait, toilets in the mansion? Well, I mean, that would be in the restroom. Well, why would you be outside for that?
Oh, I'm just making sure, because, every now and again when people don't make sure they get stuff clean, especially when you're dealing with magic, all sorts of crazy shit can happen to your septic. Just the last week, I had an uncle who everything just bubbled up from his yard. Just shit everywhere. And, well, he didn't call me. He didn't get his septic checked out. You just gotta make sure nothing's leaking anywhere.
Sounds to me like fertilizer for the garden.
Yeah, but it stinks to high heaven. I mean...
Yeah, you got a point there.
Out doing their job, they're not gonna stick around if you got bad septic.
All right, performance roll me, man.
11.
An 11. Let's see. You know what? Okay, you know what the best part of all of this this AI crap is? It rolls stat blocks for me like that.
Oh,
like it came up with these characters, and I was like, "Oh, give me a stat block for it," and it was just like, "Oh yeah," it was great. All right, yeah. So he looks at you and he just goes, "Huh? Well, can't have that happening, can we? Tell you what."
yeah, you can't.
Tell you what, I mean, the only real entrance is right up front. Why don't you come with me?
Oh, yeah, okay, of course. Be my guest.
All right, and he starts leading you back here towards the front of the mansion, at just the front door there. While all of this is happening, we haven't really heard anything from either Skylar or Zephyr. What are y'all doing?
So, just been quietly observing the weirdness that was the nose bite, this bird tell people that he does weekly inspections but doesn't know where the entrances are. Just been sitting there, like, maybe this job's gonna be pretty easy after all. So he's gonna look for a tree. Since now one of the guards is gone, I'm not sure if this is allowed or not, but he doesn't really care. I'm gonna look for a tree, and I'll try to stealthily climb up it and look to see if there's any either additional security or other entrances that we could perhaps use, or even exits in case we need to get out hastily.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you do two things. First of all, you said the word stealth, so I'm gonna make you stealth.
Oh,
So stealth for me, sir.
I have not played a rogue in 5e. And there is a double-digit thing I have here, and it's making me so happy. Oh, that'd be a 29, sir.
A 29.
Yeah.
Fine. Excuse you.
It's a plus 10.
You you climb the tree, and the tree disappears. No. No, you.
I'm glitched in the back room.
Yeah. You just no clip your way up there. It's no problem. So yeah, you make your way up here, and you find a really great tree that is going to give you like a pretty good view from up above. It's kind of at the front left corner of the house. It's fairly close, so you can get a pretty good eye on it, and you get a strong feeling that no one knows that you're there. So with that, I'm also going to have you make an investigation roll.
this is a weaker one for me. But hey, that's
Yeah,
a
I mean,
good
just
roll.
about everything is weaker than a +10.
Yeah, right?
So that is an 18 total. I rolled well on that one too.
All right. We'll take that. So you look
Yeah.
around, and while you don't see any other like entrances, trap doors, anything like that, you do notice that just about every single room in this house does have these large, narrow windows that reach almost floor to ceiling. So just about anywhere that you are in the house, you'll probably have at least some way of egress, on the first or second floor here. And as you're looking through there are a couple of rooms that you can see. So you see into the main area, and you can tell that it's kind of like a grand entrance hall, right near the entrance. On the second floor, you see a couple of bedrooms and a library up there as well. I'll say that the kind of towards the left rear of the house, you would notice that seems to be like the master bedroom. That's probably where I'm wanting to call him Zephyr. That's probably where Xanderon would take his repose at night.
All right, good. After that, I will climb down and look for those who are still outside.
Okay. And then Zephyr, what are you doing besides chomping on a bee?
Well, listen. First off, the bees are very tasty, so don't go discounting the bees.
I'm not discounting the bees. I'm just asking what else you're doing. Unless like that's literally your entire focus right now is just nomming on bees.
My
Bees.
interest is actually with the brook you mentioned at the beginning. Does that go anywhere near the house, or does it go somewhere away from it?
So it seems to be man-made. This brook. You're talking about the one that has the little bridge going over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the garden being kind of broken up into multiple sections here, it seems to be kind of man-made, and you notice on one side of it there does seem to be like a little bit of bubbling, and there seems to be some sort of magical or mechanical way that it's continually cycling water here. So it continues to move, but at the same time, even though it's the same water that appears to be maybe going underwater or underground or something like that, and then recycling through, you don't notice any stagnancy or anything like that. It seems to be crystal clear and fresh as it's coming out of that ground.
Okay, so just to confirm, does it go near the house, or can I investigate if there's some kind of lead in from the house?
So, okay, I'll have you. What exactly do you want to investigate here? Because you see a start and an end point, neither of which are particularly close to the house. It's like this weird, self-contained, moving water brook. But it doesn't seem to come from the house or go to the house. It's just kind of along the side of the house.
Okay, that's fine then. In that case, I think I will just wait, and I will follow Skylar's lead and just kind of wait for whatever he decides to do.
All right, sounds good. So yeah, you meet back up with Skylar, and I'll say that you guys also meet up with Arya as well, as she is parting ways with the gardener that she had met. And all three of you notice that your one missing companion is being escorted to the front door by the guard. So, not having been particularly nearby, you don't know why that's happening. You just know that one of the four people is being escorted by the guard to the front door near another guard.
Which, by the way,
Wow.
before we go too far, I do appreciate your plumber joke. I wanted to.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
As a fellow dad, it struck a chord.
I thought that the septic thing was also kind of funny. The disease thing. Thank you.
It
It was.
Thank you. But yeah, you see though that Kavik is being escorted by this large orcish looking man towards the front entrance, and you see that there is another guard still waiting there by the entrance. This one is a sleek and graceful Eladrin. Is it Eladrin? Is that how you say it?
I would go
Eladrin. Eladrin. Anyway, a sleek and graceful Eladrin with long flowing hair. She has with her a rapier and is seemingly ready to challenge anybody who might cross her.
They're like elves that went Super Saiyan. What Eladrin are.
You know what? Here is a picture of her.
Oh,
Is this all AI generated imagery?
That
right?
is all AI and
Right, some of
AI
these
generated.
Literally
Okay.
straight up seem like they're just photographs.
Right?
I know. If you look at them a little bit closer, you notice like some little inconsistencies, but in general,
Yeah.
like some of the more photograph ones, it's like, wait, for real? It's like
This
if
one?
you go to that
Yeah.
website, thispersondoesnotexist.com.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
god,
weird.
that site is wild.
Yeah.
This picture in particular looks like a figure that somebody painted and has set up in a diorama with like special lights for it.
Right.
Mhm.
It's so nice.
One thing that I'm noticing with a lot of this stuff is that it's one of those things that if you're looking at it, you're like, I get exactly what it's going for, and it's not until you're like, let me actually like figure out what exactly is going on here that you would notice any of the weirdness, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'm not quite sure what that is that she's holding, but you know,
Right, is it a dagger?
maybe. Ask
Maybe.
Dolly.
Right.
Yeah, she feels like Jade from Mortal Kombat and Kelly from The Office. Okay.
God,
That
yeah.
classic merger.
A little bit.
Oh my god, they did the fusion dance.
Like, I feel like when she opens her mouth, she sounds a little bit like this.
Yeah, I can hear it.
You know,
Um,
he doesn't really understand, but I do love him a lot, and we're just made for each other.
I have so many questions. First
I
off,
can
how dare
feel
you?
her.
I
looking
have
at
so
the
many
camera.
questions. First off, how dare you?
you do such a good Kelly. Holy shit. That's
That's a
that's
really
way
good one.
better than it has any right to be.
I feel her just staring at the camera saying this. Fuck, dude.
You know, I see you walking up to the entrance, and I think you might be actually lying about what you're here for. But I'm gonna let it pass because, you know, I don't really say anything else other than that.
All right. So, yeah, we have Kavik being escorted to the front door, and you see then that they kind of stop by the front entrance, and the orc goes, Selena, this guy here says he's what was that again?
Here to check your septic.
He says that he's septic and needs our help? No. He said shit's gonna go down. No. And
All right, you see this? It just like prestidigitation, just like a pile of shit on the floor. I do this, and then just the same smell just blast it away. It's gone. That's what I do.
Oh my god.
Day in and day out, you wouldn't believe the kind of shit I've been through.
all right. So what? You suck the shit away.
That's pretty derivative, but yeah, kind of.
I mean, it really seems that that's what you're saying.
All right, I mean, don't try to crash my ego down any more than I need to, man. I've been at this a long time.
Damn.
So what is it that you're looking for exactly? What do you need?
I'm just here to check the septic, check your bathrooms. This ain't your grandma's chamber pot, I'll tell you that.
Well, no, it's Xanderon's. But anyway, I'll tell you what. Sure. Here, Gornax, you stay out here, and I'll bring him in to the restroom.
I think this is ridiculous.
Right, the fact that this is working.
So yeah, with that, you see her approach the door, and as you're about to, then she kind of puts an arm out to her side and kind of stops you before you're able to actually proceed and touch the door. And she looks up, and you notice that she's looking at kind of the top of the doorway, like the top arch of the doorway, and you see her kind of wave her hand, and a ring on her right finger starts to glow. And then at the top of the doorway, there's also a rune that glows as well and kind of goes out. And then she says, "All right, come on." And she opens the door and leads you inside. And then as soon as the door shuts again, you kind of hear this zoom as as whatever ward she might have dispelled there to allow her entrance seems to have re-engaged. And I'll say, with the rest of you looking on here, you saw the same thing as she led Kavik inside. Kavik, what you are seeing now is the entrance, the grand entrance hall. So this grand entrance hall of Xandron's house is a spacious and impressive space with high vaulted ceilings and marble floors. A large circular chandelier hangs from the ceiling, casting a warm golden light over the hall. The walls are adorned with tapestries and paintings depicting scenes of battles, wizards, and other fantastical objects. A pair of grand staircases leads up to the second floor, with a balcony running around the perimeter of the hall. The entrance to the hall is through a large arched doorway guarded by two fierce gargoyles. You already know that because you just walked through it. So yeah, you are in the grand entrance hall, and you hear this guard go, "By the way, my name is Selena, and are you looking for the first floor or the second floor restroom?"
We probably should start pretty simple. Let's start with first floor, Selena.
Yeah, yeah, all right, of course.
Selena.
All right, and she starts guiding you to the left of that main stairway. Let's flash outside here as the rest of the group looks on, and you see that there is still the one remaining guard, which you were able to overhear. His name was Gornax, who is still guarding that front door.
So what is the plan here?
Real
Well.
quick question. Did I learn the name of that gardener?
You did not.
So the woman who scolded her didn't say her name right.
No.
Okay.
No, what am I doing? I'm hitting the wrong thing. Sorry.
Well, it looks like we need to secure that sort of key. Whatever she has, that other guard.
Or we
But
could
do we know-
sneak in.
Do we know if that's the only entrance that's warded, though? Because if everything else is warded, then we'd still need the key or the ring or whatever she got rid of the ward with.
All right. Well, why don't we, I guess, double check? Because yeah, I don't know of any other entrance. When I climbed the tree, I only saw inside the windows. No other entrances in. Did you want to kind of scope it around back?
Yeah, I can do that if you want.
I'll go with you. We can all do it together.
All right.
Try not to attract too much attention. That's all.
Okay.
All right. I say we look around the place and do a nice old looky-loo.
Agreed.
Let's do it.
Okay. Sorry, you said that you were gonna go around the outside and have a looky-loo. You said.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like,
just
as a
Specifically a looky-loo.
functioning as a group.
okay. So you're kind of doing the same thing here, looking around, trying to find other entrances.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I guess we can do one of two things. Actually, you know what? We'll just do this. Each of you can make an investigation roll, and each of you tell me what in particular you are looking into. Like, are one of you looking at the base of the house, or one of you looking for something in the shrubs, or one of you checking out the stables? Like, what are you guys looking for?
I'm gonna check the stables to see if there's any like underground entrance or like hidden under the hay and stuff like that. Like you know how sometimes some places have like an escape route
Mhm.
and it usually exits through the stables.
Okay, that's a good
I'm gonna
thought.
try and look for something like that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll start with you. Go ahead and so you make your way over to the stable here, and the stable at Xanderon's house is a large, airy building with high vaulted ceilings and rows of stalls for the horses. The stalls are clean and well maintained, with plenty of hay and water for each of the horses. Each stall has a nameplate above it, indicating the horse's name and the owner. The stable also has a tack room where the horses' saddles, bridles, and other such things are kept, and also a small workshop for the stable hands to use for minor repairs and maintenance. The stable is warm and cozy, and with the smell of hay and horses in the air.
I take a deep breath.
Should totally still.
I am thinking about it. Can I? What horses like the most? I don't know. Which one is the which horse is looking the most interested in me?
All right. So thank you,
Crazy.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for being able to come up with names of 10 horses. You walk around and you see the labels for all of these. You see these horses are named Shadow, Starlight, Storm, Swift, Sapphire, Spirit, Sunshine, Sirius, Starfire, and Snowflake. All of them started with S, and I have no idea why. I
Hold on.
just noticed that.
I was really
This
hoping the
sounds-
last one would just be and Jeff.
This
Your name,
sounds like.
Sorry, this sounds like what now?
I was just gonna say it sounds like this list that the McElroy brothers found called the Warrior Kitty list, and it just had all those names you just said on there.
The Warrior Kitty list.
Yeah,
this wasn't in the Adventure Zone, was it?
No, this is on their normal My Brother
Oh,
Indie podcast.
Mabim Bam. All right. Yeah,
Mabim
I
Bam.
haven't listened to Mabim Bam, so I wouldn't know. But anyway, yeah. So you find all of these horses. I'll tell you what. Give me a D10 roll there, Sade.
Okay.
Sade.
I'm tempted to say it too.
Yeah, no, everyone is.
I'm sure.
Oh, you can. Do you have a D10 that I can just quickly roll?
I got you.
No.
It's purple.
A 6.
All right. The D10 was purple, you said?
Yes.
All right. Spirit, this beautiful purple horse,
Hell
has
That's
its
what I was
eyes
hoping
trained
for.
directly on you. It looks at you with great intensity, and you see it actually cock its head as it kind of fixes its gaze towards you. It seems as though it was a wordless connection. This was without the connotation, the actual connotations here. This was love at first sight.
Hell yeah.
His spirit of free spirit.
I'm gonna go over and pull out some like. Let me see what I have in my inventory. Hold on.
Not much, thanks ChatGPT.
Right.
I have,
Give
like,
me nice
yeah,
club.
one day of rations. I'm not gonna feed it anything because I only have one day of one ration. But I'm gonna reach out and pet the horse, and I'm just gonna say, "You and me, buddy. After this, I'm coming for you."
It gives you a little, and bows its head kind of towards you, expecting like a pat or a rub on its nose, its glorious purple nose.
And I absolutely give it a gentle pat, scritch, rub.
Wondermiss.
Same bee comes back.
A bee flies out of its nose. No.
You
Okay,
too.
so now that I've connected with my horse spirit,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead to the. You said it was a one for some reason tackle room, but I know it's not the word.
Back room.
Yeah, so it was just a small workshop that the stable hands use for minor repairs and maintenance. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go in there and search room.
Okay. Yeah, give me an investigation roll.
Okay.
I'm kind of proud of my horse noises. That turned out better than I thought it would.
I wanted to
That
make
was
a
good.
comment about it. It's so good.
Ooh, 17.
17. All right. I'll say that that you look around and you're looking high and low, but probably focusing more low, expecting if there was a way in between these two things that it would be some sort of like an underground passage or something, right? And as you are searching low, your boot does kind of kick over something that rattles, and as you go to investigate a little bit more, you do see that there is a slight, like I'd say maybe like a 4 foot by 4 foot slightly raised section of the floor that
Ooh.
looks as though it could be a hatch, but it's raised ever so slightly, like maybe like a 1/16 of an inch. But once you see it, you notice it's fairly pronounced, or fairly noticeable. But there doesn't seem to be any sort of handle or anything like that on the outside that would give you any purchase to get out.
Okay, well, at least I found something to get us in. Is there, if I took, do I have like a little dagger?
I don't know. Do
I
you?
I'm about to check.
I mean, according to the same Mac, I was gonna
I have
say.
a short sword. I'll use my short sword. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stab that sword into that little latch. So even if I don't have a handle, I'll make a handle.
Movie rule.
Yep. For some reason.
Okay.
Is it sharp and pointy? That could be a lockpick.
No. I'm literally stabbing the sword into the
You're
thing
just trying
to
to-
just.
She's trying to
No.
wedge
I'm
it
just trying
in
to
so that
use-
when she
yeah.
pulls up on the sword, that it would
It pulls the thing up.
pull the hatch up.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna do two things here.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna do one thing. I'm gonna do another thing. Go ahead and make a strength check for me.
Okay. Give me a second.
All doing things.
We're all doing things. Okay. Strength check. You said.
Yes.
Okay. And what's my strength? Oh, it's not gonna be good. Oh, it's only a 6.
Yeah. You try, and it doesn't go particularly well. There's a hearty as your sword kind of hits on it, but it seems that this is a fairly hard wood that is not really susceptible to piercing in that way. You don't know where the other, like where this thing leads. If this is a tunnel, if this is, just like a basement storage area for this, but it does kind of pique your interest.
Is there any way I can pull my animal companion into assisting?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
scouting?
like if you can think of a way to do that, then sure. You tell me what you want to do, and I will tell you how you can do it.
I'm gonna have Ghost go distract that guard at the door.
Okay. How?
So I'm gonna go outside of the stable, just at the entrance of the stable, and I'm gonna like whistle, like to sort of well, I don't want to do it too loud because I don't know if it'll just completely go out on the mic. But I'm gonna whistle for Ghost, and I'm gonna have Ghost. I'm gonna like command Ghost to go distract the dumb idiot guard. Like,
Okay.
by pulling at its pants.
Go and
Like,
act
essentially-
like puppies.
Yeah, essentially get that guard away from the door and keep him away from the door as long as you can.
Okay. Okay. All right. So since it's your companion, we'll give you an animal handling check with advantage on there, and I'm going to use that animal handling check to determine how well Doggo does. Because I'm a DM and I can do that.
At AT. So animal handling. Oh goodness. Okay.
With
it's
advantage.
only 7. Oh, it's with advantage. Okay.
Yes, with advantage.
I rolled the same exact number. It's only 7.
How much of an advantage then? It's a 7, you said?
Yeah, I rolled the same exact number each time.
The advantage is to get to fail twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you call Ghost over to you, and he comes up and he kind of, and you go like, go get the guard, like tug on him, like, distract him, and you see him go and run out, and he runs towards the guard. And as you kind of like peek out of the stable to see what he's doing / how well he's doing, you see that that the guard is doing what I just jokingly did before. He's just going, "Oh, what a puppy! Hello there!" And he's just like petting Ghost, and Ghost is just totally giving into it. He's just like, "Oh, belly scritches, hell yeah!" Arya never does this for me,
You're a terrible pet owner.
I'm just glaring at him from the barn or from the stables.
All right.
Try and whistle again.
Well, okay. Yeah, he's not listening because he's got the belly scritches going on. Let's go over to what?
I said, well.
Yeah. So let's go over to Zephyr and Skylar. And you guys are just looking for entrances like around the base of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to be looking for like a root cellar or something that leads into the basement or something, or a back door.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just say it's fairly obvious that you don't see anything. There's no obvious doors there. There's no back door, anything like that. But Skylar, you did check before, and you do have the knowledge of all of those windows. And as you're looking around, most of those curtains on the first floor do seem to be drawn. It's obvious that with the public around here that they don't want just to live in a glass bubble for everybody to look in. But so the first floor, most of those curtains are drawn. But give me I'll say a perception check, both of you.
You got it, buddy. Almost clicked the wrong thing. 13 from me, sir.
All right.
I got I think a 24.
Zephyr.
The dice is in the way. Yeah.
Zephyr, you do notice you as you're passing by here, you are able to see kind of between a crack of some of these curtains here, and you see who Kavik would know as Selena, guiding him through this main hall towards a lavatory. But yeah, you were not able to find any other alternate entrances here. Speaking of Kavik, let's go back to you here. And thank you, ChatGPT. I did not have a bathroom prepared, but I was able to make a description just like that. So you're guided here, and you see the restroom. It's a spacious and well-appointed room with marble floors and walls and brass fixtures. Large, ornate mirror hangs above a long marble-topped vanity with a row of sinks that are set into it. The sinks are adorned with brass faucets, and matching soap dispensers. Man, this is a modern thing, I think. And there are stacks of fluffy towels nearby for drying one's hands. In the corner of the room, there is a toilet enclosure with a wooden door and a brass handle. The toilet itself is made of gleaming white porcelain with matching bidet. There's a bidet in here. He's a rich motherfucker. And a brass toilet paper holder. They got toilet paper. A small window above the toilet lets in natural light, and there's a discreet ventilation fan or a discrete ventilation area here to help keep the air fresh. Overall, the atmosphere of the restroom is one of opulence and luxury, reflecting the wealth and status of Xanderon and his mansion. It's well maintained and clean with no signs of wear nor neglect. It is clear that Xanderon values his guests' comfort and convenience and has gone to great lengths to ensure that the restroom is a pleasant and functional space.
Like I said, not your grandma's chamber pot.
Yes, I suppose so. What do you need to do in here exactly?
Oh, I'm just cleaning out the pipes to the toilet. I mean, I can give the sinks a once over, but I mean, if I'm here on overtime, that's your charge now.
Well, I'm sure that you are, that you understand that Xanderon is not without his wealth. While you're here, might as well make use of you, what use we can have of you. Very well, you go about your business. I will be outside. I don't quite feel comfortable being in a restroom with, well, anyone else.
It's alright, it's gonna start stinking in here a bit as I kind of get everything out. Don't worry.
All right. Well, best of luck to you. And she steps back out into the grand hall, or the grand entrance hall.
The very first thing I'm gonna do is gonna use prestidigitation because it says you can clean or soil stuff too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make some stuff smell like shit.
Yeah.
At least to start out with. Like, oh, we got a whopping here.
Are you trying to drive her away from the door as the smell gets worse?
If that happens, that happens,
Okay.
but I'm not really worried about it. I'm just trying to sell, like, further sell what I'm doing here.
Okay.
Did you say there was a window? I may have missed that.
Yes, there is a window above the toilet, of all places. Thanks, ChatGPT. There is a window above the toilet that lets natural light in.
Oh, okay. Can I open that window?
Yeah. Yeah, you open it up. And let's see. We're going to do a straight up and down roll here. Let's see. Raza, can I get you to roll a d20? Give me a straight up and down. 1 to 10 is a no, and 11 to 20 is a yes.
The 19, sir.
All right. So you and Zephyr just happen to be on the right side of the house to see this window open, and you see a wing, some feathers kind of flapping out as it's pushing the window open. The window is a fair bit up. It's not too far, but maybe about 10 feet above the ground that you're standing on.
With the hand, like if and when I see him, just like kind of motioning, like, do it.
So yeah, Zephyr and Skylar, you both see that.
Okay. Should we maybe boost one person up and get in there, or what do you think?
You both have wings, right?
Can we fly though? I'm a very fat burb.
Yeah, no, you've got fly speed of 50 feet.
You can get back on that elliptical.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly up, see if I can.
All right, so you're just flying up
see
and
what's in there first. 'Cause I see that it is the bathroom, though, right?
yeah,
Okay, all right.
yeah. I mean, so like as you're making your way up there. So first of all, I'll say Zephyr knows that it's the bathroom because he saw Kavik being escorted in, right?
But do we actually know what his whole like I guess story is though? Have we heard that he's going to fix the plumbing, or did we just
Nope.
see him go into the house?
Nope. You
Nope.
just saw him go into the house, and then the window opened, and you heard as he
Okay.
kind of motioned you in. But you know
And the
that he is
stank.
in a restroom, and as the window opened, there were smells that came out that you were quite aware
yeah,
of.
it stinks to high heaven as soon as I open the window.
Oh jeez. Okay. I would like to go back and tell Araya what we're doing, if that is possible.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still in the stables.
Yeah,
She hasn't
it's
heard
not
any
too
of it.
far from you. So the stables are on the left side of the house, and you are kind of around the back left of the house on the first floor, and so it's not a far walk to be able to get Arya over there.
Okay. So
yes,
yeah.
then if he's coming to get me, I'll go over there.
Yep. All right. Cool.
Since my poor gentle-minded companion wolf is currently just happily distracting the guard.
I
Yep.
just
Doing his
wanna
job,
imagine
really.
it as a husky going.
Yes.
As an owner of multiple huskies throughout my adult life, I know the sound very well.
The best.
Okay, so I go to the stables, and I'm like, "Yo, we got a window open, we're open." But do I see anything in the stables while I'm there, or
I mean, are you like, hey, there's a window open, and then just standing there? Like, are you?
can we go now, please?
I mean,
I don't know.
I'll say that you see the same things that she did for the most part. You probably wouldn't notice the hatch right off the bat if you're not like taking the time like she did to actually investigate. But you do notice as you're looking around there that there are 10 horses named Shadow, Starlight, Storm, Swift, Sapphire, Spirit, Sunshine, Sirius, Starfire, and Snowflake.
Yeah, you have to read the whole list.
Yes,
Yeah.
it gave me the list. I'm gonna use the list.
Okay. So you said there was a tack room, right? Do I see the door to this room, or is there?
I mean, it's
Just
it's open.
Okay.
Like that's where Arya stepped out of. When she heard you coming in.
Okay.
I've noticed a window of opportunity.
Yes. Can I go into this tack room and just take a quick peek inside and see if there's any tools or any like horse feed or treats or anything like that in there?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll say you don't even have to look for that. I mean, these stables are well appointed, and you would see the standard stuff that you would see. For maintaining horses and stuff like that. So you would see maybe some leatherworking tools, to work on repairs of saddles. You'd see some hammers and some nails, some horseshoes, as well as there is an area with grain and such, grain and hay and things along those lines that you would feed the horses. You would presume that these horses are not fed solely on this stuff, but probably get some nicer things, perhaps, locally grown apples and whatnot from the gardens surrounding you. But in terms of the staples, the butter and milk and eggs, it's all just hanging out here in the tack room.
Okay. I feel like causing chaos, but I don't know if that's a good idea. So, Araya, can I get your opinion on something for a moment?
Sure, what can I help you with?
What do you think would distract the guards for longer? The dog or 10 horses being free and running around?
Oh, definitely the 10 horses. Go, set them free.
Okay, cool. So,
But leave that one, and I point to Spirit.
Point to Spirit.
Okay.
And I wink
Nine
into
horses.
I
Okay.
wink instead of go like at the horse.
Okay.
And it kind of bows its head to you again.
Yes, like, oh, yes. Okay,
As
so
you describe that incoming scene, Jordan, I expect you to describe every horse.
yes, you're gonna have to tell me exactly which horse is doing what.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I'm gonna go into the tack room. I'm gonna find a bucket and I'm gonna get some grain, and I know that my horses love grain.
Mhm.
Like if I shake a bucket of grain, they almost go through the stall walls to
Mhm.
get to it.
Yep.
So
Wow.
I'm gonna walk up and down this stable, just shaking the grain and getting their attention, and then I'm gonna unlock every single door except for your horse.
Step number
that
6.
horse.
That's
Step
Spirit,
number 6. Yep, Spirit stays.
the purple one.
And then I'm going to just toss the entire bucket of grain out the side, and then I'm gonna say to Araya, "Let's go the other way and meet back up with Skylar."
Okay. That
All
works
right.
for me.
So, so first of all, it's Arya, right?
Yes.
Arya?
Yeah, Arya.
Okay.
Yes, Arya.
Like
I will
Arya,
not
like
get that
Arya
right,
Stark.
sorry.
Anyway, so as you're doing this, go ahead and give me an animal handling check with advantage, which means that you're going to roll 2 d20s and take the higher of the 2 options.
Okay, so I just press animal handling twice, and then whichever one's higher, I take that one.
Yeah, I don't know how to do advantage for sure in
That's the
here.
best way to do it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
just do it
So as far
twice
as
and
I
give me the
remember.
higher of the 2. Yeah.
All right, so first one we got 22, and the
Man.
second one we got 10.
Okay.
So-
So yeah, a 22.
Yeah.
Yeah. As this starts here, you are shaking this bucket of grain, and there is a wave of just thunder as these horse hooves are starting to kind of clop in place here in each of these stalls, and you're hearing this just like as each of these horses are getting agitated,
As they do.
and you see them kind of like shaking their head back and forth and doing their thing, and like even starting to rear up a little bit, in excitement for what is undoubtedly to come. And Arya, are you helping with this as well?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured you would be. So as this happens and they're getting more and more excited, each of you just start at the far end of the stable. There it is. And you are each just one by one opening each of these latches as you are running outwards, like out towards this the entrance, and not necessarily opening the doors, but unlocking them so that a little jostle will let the horse know, oh yeah,
Definitely.
you're free. But without them like just trampling you in the meantime. So you're
Yeah.
running out here, and then as soon as you get out there, you just go whoosh, and the grain just goes everywhere.
Keep to the wall. Keep to the wall.
But this is as you exit, so you guys can kind of split off, towards the mansion before the horses necessarily make it out there and start wreaking havoc and whatnot. But yeah, as that happens though, there's just this rolling thunder behind you as 9, not 10 horses just start stomping their way out here and just rooting around like truffle pigs looking for whatever grain had fallen on the floor. Also just exploring their freedom amongst the garden, because you notice that not all of them are necessarily just going for that grain, but they are actually going to trees and bushes and stuff like that, and looking for fruits and things to eat as well. You have distracted stuff, and you now have been able to move your way to a stinky open window.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Smells. While everybody is making their way to me, I'm going to take out, because I do have parchment and ink pen.
Mhm.
I'm gonna quickly write down my scenario right now, and also on the paper say shut the fuck up. I'm here on plumbing business. That's the story. We need to knock out the guard that's outside of here. So, yeah, climb in and shut the fuck up.
So the two Aarakocra are able to fly up there, no problem. Arya how are you planning to get up there?
How tall is it?
It's about 10 feet.
Oh God. Okay.
Can we reach
Oh, I have. Hold on. Wait. I have rope.
Okay, you said, can you reach down? Yeah, you can reach down.
Hold on. Let me just.
So if I see Arya out there, I'm gonna just reach down to pull her up.
Yeah, I have rope. I have 50 feet of rope.
She really wants to use this rope.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a little lap.
You're gonna make what?
I was gonna have them I was gonna throw the rope up to them so they could grab it and then just pull me up that way.
Okay.
So that nobody is hanging out of the window.
I'll just say, yeah, you do it. You get up there, no problem. It's fairly quiet. Hooray! You're all in the bathroom.
Glorious day.
Showing everyone the bit of paper. Shut the fuck up.
While you're showing that though, you do so. First of all, you definitely heard the clattering of the hooves outside, and then the resultant yells of like, "Hey, get back in there! Hey, no!" As you hear the recognizable sound of Gornax outside, and you also hear the voice of Selena going, "Oh shit! Now what happened now?" And you hear just cluck 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 as she's running away from that front door across the marble, presumably going outside to try and control the situation.
Yeah, we have a chance.
Oh yeah.
Where are we going again?
What are we doing here again, and why does it stink like my sister?
We're supposed to be stealing stuff.
Sorry, I'll like cut off the smells of it.
We're after an orb. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, but
Okay.
where's the orb?
Well, when I looked around before, there's a master bedroom on the third floor. Was it right?
This was on the second floor.
Second floor.
One thing I forgot to mention, and which was not actually mentioned in the description that ChatGPT wrote for the Grand Entrance Hall, but you'd know this as a player having walked by it. There was also a set of stairs going down as well, presumably to like a basement or something.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So it could be downstairs. It could be upstairs.
It could be.
Let's split up,
Could be
gang.
across the floor.
Yeah, we might need to split up.
Is that-
Zephyr, you are new to D&D. Have you ever heard the term "don't split the party"?
Never-
Oh, yes, I have. That's why I'm doing it.
Okay. It can work out. It can work out, but anyway.
Are we sure that's a good idea? I don't know if splitting up.
No, it's probably a horrible idea.
It sounds like a pretty bad idea.
All right, so where are we going first? Up or down?
I think it might be a safe bet to try to check out the master bedroom.
Perhaps.
All right. That sounds like sound advice.
Okay.
I'm suspicious of downstairs though. But we could try.
Okay, so you're going to go up and try and get to the master bedroom.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, so you make your way up there, and the house seems fairly empty as you're making your way through there. But you do find your way to what you would assume would be the master bedroom. And this bedroom it's a spacious and comfortable space filled with rich, luxurious furnishings. The walls are paneled in dark wood, and the floor is covered with a plush patterned rug. The bed is large and imposing, with a canopy of dark, heavy fabric and a mattress that's soft and inviting. Fireplace takes up one wall, with a fire burning cheerfully in the hearth. The windows are tall and narrow, with heavy curtains that can be drawn to block out the light. There's a large and ornate wardrobe that stands in one corner, providing plenty of storage space for Xanderon's clothing and other personal items. It's a big, cozy, inviting place, perfect for relaxing and unwinding after a long day. And here is an image.
Ooh.
It looks like an old adventure game from like the Apple II, you know?
Yes.
like
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
I feel like
oh
I'm
my
playing
God.
King's Quest or something.
The point and
Yeah.
click ones.
Exactly.
Precisely.
Hmm.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll check under the bed first. I always check
well-
under the mattress.
Hold on. Let me look for traps.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm gonna start to try to look for any sort of like tripwires or pressure plates or any sort of trap.
That must
that
be a
would
miserable way to live, being like, oh, gotta go to bed, but don't step on the spike trap on the way. Like, hope you don't have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night because suddenly you're losing a leg. But yeah, go ahead and give me.
Hold on. The guy is rich and has a ridiculous bathroom. I think this could be good. If the valuables in his house, he might have it trapped or protected.
Okay.
He has a bidet and toilet paper.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
I just see the bidet being a little value ring, and someone comes in with like a little squirt bottle.
Oh my god.
Squirt up the ass, sir. Would you like the bidet or the enema?
Yes. Choices.
A little extra messy today, eh, sir?
Pretty much
Ah,
flat
very
in the
good.
diet,
Had
Zeth.
corn yesterday, did you?
Oh.
Please don't talk about it, James.
You need to lay off the Mexicans, sir. This is not good for your plumbing.
Servants.
Yeah, for your servants.
We've lost
16,
3 this
sir.
week.
The medical bill is piling up, sir. But 16 for the investigation.
A 16, huh? Okay. So you're looking around, and with your keen eyes as a rogue, and having come across various traps and stuff like that in your previous thievery and adventures, you've got a pretty good eye of what to look out for, and you don't see along the floor, near the bed or anything like that, any sort of traps or anything like that. But you do notice though that on that wardrobe there is a small bit of wire that's kind of sticking out of the top, kind of like the top side of the right door on there, and it seems to be pulled fairly taut, which could indicate some sort of a trap. Also, what's going on, Harry? How are you doing?
I'm gonna wave over to signal the others so they look at it. Now there's something with that wardrobe. I'd be careful when we look around it, okay?
Can I have something called primeval scent awareness. Would I be, so it gives me a sense of whether I can sense aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be useful at all in this kind of situation?
I mean, you could try it and see if you notice anything.
Yeah, I would like to try it.
You don't notice anything.
Oh.
So good job.
There it is.
I don't think we have anything to worry about. We should, not be overly cautious.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna check under the bed.
All right. So you're checking under the bed. Yeah, you like how careful are you being about this? Like, are you trying to like put things back where they were, or are you just like ransacking this place, or somewhere in the middle?
At least for now, I'm trying to make it not look like anybody was here, or at least obviously.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're taking your time. You're looking under the bed. You're checking to see if there's anything adhered underneath there, looking along the canopy and pulling up the mattress and stuff like that, and kind of like running your hand through there, checking under pillows and cases and all of that kind of stuff. And I'll just say you're not able to find anything on the bed.
Looks like it's a wardrobe.
What was that?
Wardrobe it is.
Or is the fireplace? That's always
Yeah, there's
I will-
there's the fireplace as well.
I'm going to go towards the wardrobe, and I'm going to attempt to disarm this wire, whatever it may be, whatever it's hooked to.
Okay. I believe that you should have proficiency with your thieves' tools, right?
Yes.
Yep. All right. Yeah, let's see. Go ahead and give me a dexterity check.
Dexterity check.
Plus your proficiency bonus.
Proficiency is 3, so 23.
So, you are very, very careful as you are going through this, and you are able to detect that these doors have this wire attached, and like I said, it seems to be pulled taut, and you recognize that as this would open, it would allow some slack in this line, which would presumably set off some sort of a trap. But with your tools, though, you are able to cut that wire and then keep it pulled taut and adhere it towards a fixed surface, so that it is not allowing that slack in the line. You open up the door, and you notice that this would have hurt. You recognize this trap and as a fire blast trap, which would have just absolutely incinerated anything standing in front of this had you opened it otherwise. So yeah, the wardrobe is now open safely. Yay.
fireball to them.
That would have been very bad if we just opened it willy-nilly.
Agreed.
I like my feathers intact.
Good job on the disarming.
Yes.
Why, thank you.
I like the smell of burnt chicken.
Yeah, that would be you.
That's
I
right.
know.
Yes, that would be what?
That'd be anybody standing in the line of fire, that's for sure.
Well, I'm
You guys are
probably
level
not
5,
very
and this
serious.
thing is serious. Like this thing is serious. I'm gonna metagame here for a second.
Uh-huh.
ChatGPT told me that a burst of explosive energy is released from this chest, dealing 10d6 fire damage to all creatures within a 20-foot radius of the chest. I didn't balance this game. This is ChatGPT making this. So, and this was a DC 20, by the way, to disarm this. So thank God you got that 23.
Yeah,
Damn.
Jesus.
Well, there's got to be something valuable.
Seriously, let's fucking go.
All right, let's start looking through.
All right. So as you're looking through this wardrobe, you see some normal effects in here. You would see things like, some clothing. You would see, you see a small kit of, kind of arcane focuses and stuff like that, that seem to be like, perhaps like a little bit nicer than your average thing that you might pick up. It seems to be fairly ornate and perhaps, an antique or something like that. But you don't see the orb in here, or nothing that you would presume to be said orb. You do, upon your investigation, though, find a key, though.
It's nice.
And that's the only two things that really stood out there were the key and that kit of, like, potentially valuable relics of arcane focus.
Oh, okay.
Sad that I don't have identified.
Ah, yes. The identifies.
All right, well, unless we have any other bright ideas, I think that leaves downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe this key goes to whatever is holding what we're looking for, so.
I agree. I'm also going to take these weird mechanical thingies.
The arcane focuses?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, as you pick them up, they just seem like normal objects to you as a non-arcane focused rogue. But I will say though that our sorcerer, which wait, we don't have a sorcerer. We did have a sorcerer that was potentially going to join us, but then they did not. But
I'm a wizard.
yeah, you're a wizard. I'll say that with your give me an Arcana check.
Hana, I can do. All of those performance rolls, that was all done with
Minus
-1.
one, yeah.
Jeez.
It's been rough. Get a sizable bonus. Damn it. 12.
So, as mentioned, you do get the idea that these are relics of history, and that perhaps these might actually be focuses that were used by great spellcasters in the past. But you can't place your finger on like you can't really recall like, oh yeah, this belonged to this wizard who did this, that, and the other thing. But you do recognize the antiquity of it, and you can kind of put together that these might be like trophies or a collection or something like that from arcane users of the past.
Can I discern any way to like attune to or use them myself?
No, not with a 12.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah.
Does the
Well,
place
it's
have a
alright. They were
mantle?
probably cursed anyways.
I can't attune to them. They must be broken. It's the only explanation.
I see it all the time.
They look ornate though, right? Like they look like they could be valuable.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
feel
Oh, yeah.
you feel like to the right person, whether it be a fence or if you were to make up a story to fence these yourself, that you might be able to get a pretty penny for them, whether they be museums or fences that might get you some money otherwise.
In the nappy they go.
Yes.
Or do we want to save the ordering for tomorrow since
Does the fireplace have a mantle? And if it does, is it displaying
I could go
anything?
for some beacon.
So on the mantle, you see a few normal knickknacks there. You see candles. You see this kind of floral painting above the fireplace, and normal effects of somebody who would be living there. A spritzer of some sort of like a fragrance or something along those lines, but nothing that really stands out to you as unique or special.
Okay. And is the master, like we're in the master bedroom right now, right?
Yes.
Does it have an adjoining master bathroom that we haven't looked at yet?
Right.
No, it does not.
Okay.
My mom. Yeah, this would be the second one for my mom.
Okay, then I think I'm good.
Yeah, we still need to find that orb.
All right. Shall we go downstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do
right.
it downstairs.
Making our way downstairs.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Walking stairs. It's the stairs.
So, I'll tell you what. Zephyr, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Perception check. Okay. Yeet. I got a 23.
23. So, looking outside.
Right.
All
What the
my
hell?
rolls are like a 6.
Yeah, my rolls
I'm
were
just pressing the dice, man. I don't know.
You're good at D&D. So
You were meant to play this.
yes.
I'm good at clicking my mouse button.
So you first as you're looking around the mantle here, you do see that there are those windows that are flanking it on either side, and yeah, you take a look and you happen to notice outside that the horses are still running amok. They are all over the place, and but both of those gardeners that you saw outside, as well as the two guards, Selena and Gornax, they are just running around like chickens with their heads cut off. Like just trying to wrangle up these horses. And as this is happening, then you see other, presumably other, paid workers for Xanderon out trying to grab these horses and rein them in, stable hands and such. And they are, while there is still chaos outside, you do see that one of the stable hands was able to finally wrangle one of those horses and start to bring it back into the stable.
Okay. So I relay this information, and I'm going to say we have still plenty of time because
Seemingly. Yep.
Horses they don't play by the rules. If you get one, the rest of them go, oh, that's what you're trying to do. So I'm going to say that we have plenty of time, presumably.
As a farm owner, Zeth, like the actual person playing this, has firsthand experience with all of this.
You do not understand how hard it is to get 2 horses back to the stable.
Much less 9.
Any kind of land,
Yeah.
not much less 9. It does not happen. Like, unless you come out, literally, if they're hungry and you have some grain, you shake a bucket of grain, they'll come from a mile away, they'll come home. But if they're locked in a stable and they're, like, annoyed, they're never coming back. So we have time.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
Shall we go downstairs?
Yeah, let's go downstairs.
Let's do it.
All right. So you're going down to the basement?
Yes.
Okay. So, God, this one note is huge. There's so much crap that ChatGPT gave me.
One quick thing.
Yes.
Can we lock the front door? So that when they are all said and done, they also have to unlock the door again to get back inside?
Okay.
There was theoretically a ring they needed to get in. I don't know if it actually had a lock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I check for that?
All right. So you're going up and like looking for like a deadbolt?
Yeah, something like a deadbolt, because if they have the ring and they can get inside through that, but they don't have a physical key, maybe that buys us some time.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and
Investigation, or would that be perception?
Okay. So you go up and you are. I'll have you make a dexterity saving throw. So that's going to be different than a regular dexterity. So there is. God, how do you do saving throws in D&D Beyond? I never do this.
So in DBD Beyond, there's
DBDBD?
a section underneath. Yeah, DBDBD. Section underneath your attributes.
Oh
you
yes,
have your
towards the
respective-
top left. Yep.
Yes, towards the top left. Those are all your saves.
Yeah.
Okay, so dexterity, and then I just press the dex button.
So there's the little
Press-
+6 next to dexterity in that saving throws box.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
As I was trying to say earlier, you could press the modifiers on almost every part of your character sheet, and
Yeah.
it'll roll the die associated with it.
Mhm.
For instance, your attacks. I think if you roll the damage part before rolling the attack roll, it'll actually roll everything at once to see if you actually hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna roll the dex and see how that goes.
Yeah. So click the +6 next to dex for your saving throw.
Satisfying, but I feel like it's
Okay,
still
I got 14.
14. Okay. So as you reach out and click this deadbolt, which you do find, this door just becomes coated in a thick glue-like substance that just makes it almost impossible to open. So you get the idea that anyone trying to force their way through this door will just become stuck and unable to move or escape until something like this would be dispelled. But in the process, though, of doing this, of clicking this lock, this goop just kind of and ends up kind of gooping over your right foot, so you are now stuck in the goop of this front door.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Bird down! Bird down!
Can I quick use like firebolt to like burn it off his boot?
Here we go.
Wow, you're just gonna burn
I
it.
do like the smell,
Yeah,
but please
hold real
don't.
Still.
All right. Tell me how you plan to make this work. so you say firebolt to burn it off. Like he's like stuck in there. Like I would say for a human, without the chicken legs, probably like mid shin down is like just
God.
enveloped in this black ichor glue like goop.
Yeah, I figure I could just burn it off.
All right, so
Wow, you psychopath.
all right,
What else do you think gets rid of glue?
Could I
Literally
just
anything other than fire.
could I
Magic
make a
glue, though?
suggestion and maybe you guys just try pull me out of the glue before we
Right?
start
Like-
burning my leg off?
so I'm gonna say you already called the action, so you're gonna make an attack roll here on the
real
goop,
still.
and the better your attack roll, the less likely you are to actually hit your companion in this process.
Does anyone have a
My
good
damage
medicine
dice
skill?
range,
I stab things. No.
Oh, great.
I might. I think I have a couple spells that'll heal you. So
Yay.
I have a +1 for medicine. I
that's
can
pretty good.
I could probably wrap up a cut, but that's about it.
21.
21.
21.
That's the first roll I've had that's like a 20 or higher.
Yeah, and it's a
Yay.
21.
Finally rolled decent.
21.
21.
All right. Okay. So you send out this firebolt and I'll say, Zephyr, you feel your legs starting to heat up, and there is a slight kind of shift in the viscosity of this that allows you to barely move, but it is not enough to actually get you free of this. But
Alright,
because of a
we'll
21, I'll say that you did that well enough that you are not like actually damaging Zephyr.
Oh, damn. I was ready with the damage dice, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Are
you're
you
telling me right now that
psychopath?
I'm still stuck and I don't get to smell burnt chicken.
You are
Nope.
correct, sir.
This day could not get any worse. Okay, could we try pull me out? Would that be an option?
Yeah, let's
My
try.
tiki boot with it.
I mean,
I will
I'm a-
try pulling him out.
I will also try to pull him out.
I will not with the strength of 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead.
I'll
Both.
assist Arya.
All right, both of you make a strength check.
I only got 12.
Okay.
12.
Both of you got 12?
Yeah, I got a 12.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So with a 12, this goop
Wait,
while
can
it
one of us roll for advantage?
That was the.
I mean
That
that
was the
yeah,
thing.
it was either advantage or each of you rolling individually.
Ah, okay.
So it was
Then-
essentially the same. But I mean unless there are different modifiers, but screw it, I'm the DM.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you start pulling, and Zephyr, you notice that as they are pulling and as this goop is starting to cool down, it is starting to re-solidify around you. But they continue pulling, and at this point, you're like they are pulling hard enough and unskillfully enough that you are starting to get hurt here. So we are going to roll for a little bit of damage here.
See, my
You take-
firebolt was better.
Yeah, so you take 3 points of damage as you literally feel kind of like your leg like almost dislocating a little bit.
Ah,
Oh. Oh.
I don't.
Oh
I don't
my.
know if this will work, but I still do have prestidigitation, and that says I can instantly clean an object no larger than 1 cubic foot.
I
That's
don't know if that would
I
affect
can clean that off.
I don't know if that would affect magical items.
I don't know either. I think that's your.
Yeah. Okay.
'Cause it is a spell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I clean magical shit or not?
Yeah, I'm gonna say No, prestidigitation, wouldn't necessarily be used for cleaning up, magical like
Magical glue.
you with your understanding of Arcana know that this is a fairly advanced ward, and that whoever constructed this, most likely Xanderon himself, being the master arcanist that he is, he didn't pull any punches, and he's not going to be like, oh, well, I'm going to make a ward that prestidigitation can take care of,
Yeah. This
Alright,
super
well,
powerful defense be is
Get ready
bested
for
by
another
a
firebolt.
Heat me up. Do
All right.
it.
Are the two of you still pulling while this is happening?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I think so. I think weakening
that
it
way
with
we can
fire
try-
will hopefully
yeah.
let
Yeah,
us
try
pull
to
him
do
back.
Okay. All right, so we'll do the same thing here. So you're first of all going to make your attack roll with Firebolt.
Ooh, even better. That's a 24.
All right. So this Firebolt actually seems to be a little bit.
16.
Well, hold on.
Right.
So this Firebolt seems to be a little bit more focused. So whereas the last one kind of like spread itself around to a larger area of this goop, this seems a little bit more focused, and it's almost able to like start carving a little bit and focusing the heat. And it once again it hurts Zephyr, but not enough to like cause damage necessarily. But you're like, ooh, that's singy. All right.
That's precision right there.
So we had Arya with a 16, and then Skylar. What is your strength roll?
A 1.
All right. So
Thank God I'm 16.
right. So what I'm gonna say is that Skylar, you start pulling a little bit too early with that one, and you get like a pretty herky jerk there as you're trying to pull against this fully solidified glue right off the bat, and that ends up actually just like completing that dislocation, and yeah, Zephyr, you are hurting. You're taking another 2 damage there from that. And also, I'm going to say that when it comes to anything that would use that leg right now, you're going to be at a disadvantage. Like, so if you're trying to like run or jump or something like that, it's going to impose a disadvantage. But Arya, with your more skillful strength roll there, as well as with the high roll from the firebolt there, and you notice not only is it kind of becoming more viscous and soft, you're also actually kind of carving that area away from the rest of the ichor, and you are able to pull him away, and your leg is damaged, and it also does still have a decent amount of this goop on it. So you'll be able to walk, but it's going to be awkward and
Can I
Ooh,
heal
lovely.
his leg?
Okay, you want to? Do you have a spell for such a thing?
I believe so.
Can you say you fucked up because it said, okay, on 3, 1, 2, 3, okay.
Wow.
Well, the Aria was actually ready for that.
Maybe sorry, I don't. Yeah, sorry, I don't. I wonder what I was seeing that. I thought I had cure wounds.
Was that in the description that I gave you?
I think
Brandy?
so.
Okay.
Maybe that's why I'm remembering it.
Did
Kind
you
of
put
funky.
your spells together?
It was
So
already in the sheet.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause
Okay, so
maybe
then-
never mind.
it's bam.
Yeah, because apparently I have cure wounds in the description you gave me, but not in the
Yeah.
spells.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there was a little bit of jankiness with adding the spells based off of what ChatGPT gave. So yeah, if you do have that in the description that I gave you, then I'll let you expend a spell slot accordingly.
Oh, dope.
mean, let me double check then, just so I'm not misremembering.
Well, Zeth has it, so he could heal himself.
Yeah. Yep, I do have cure wounds. So, but if he has it, like, for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
What do I need? What would I need to roll to do that?
So
Is it
since we
medicine,
don't
or
actually
is
have it in your character sheet necessarily, then I think that is 1d8 plus spellcasting ability. So go ahead and roll a d8 for me.
D8. Okay. I got a 5.
Okay, and then your spellcasting ability modifier would be +3. So that's a total of 8 points of damage that is being healed, which I believe will bring you back to full.
Yeah. You can't overheal, right?
Correct.
Okay.
There are temporary hit points in certain cases, but not with cure wounds. So with that, I'm going to mark off one of your spell slots here because that was a first level spell. So if you look at spells, you see those 4 little squares and then the 2 for second level. Those are your spell slots. That's how much you can use before you long rest and recover them.
Gotcha. Okay. I've marked that off too.
Cool. So, yeah.
But I do have good.
Now, does this also cure the dislocation, or do I need someone to try and ram my leg back together?
No. I'll say yes, that cured the dislocation as well. So as you do that, you kind of reach down and grab your leg, and you are kind of like putting it back into position, popping it back to where it needs to be, and there is a squawk of pain as that happens, but as soon as it's back in place, then you hear that kind of pop, and you do start to feel considerably better as
the
you
pain's
laid
all
hands on
gone after
yourself.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to be clear, is it my right leg or my left leg is now covered in goop?
That was your right leg, and yes, there is still goop on it. So I'll say that your movement, your walking speed is normally 30. I'll say that with the goop, it is going to slow you down just a little bit. So you'll be down to like a 25.
Okay. And can I, just to make sure that I don't leave a trail going down to the basement as we move, can I like just kind of fly down gently behind everyone?
Yeah.
Or
So
is-
as an Aarakocra, you do have a flying speed of 50. So yeah, you can do what you can do your best to try and maneuver your way down there with tiny little flappy wings to try and just hover and not knock things off of shelves.
Perfect.
So, cool. All right. So you making your way then downstairs?
Yeah, we are.
All right.
Downstairs.
You make your way down there, and you are faced with a large wooden door right at the bottom of these stairs. Yeah. So you go down these stairs, and then there's just immediately this large wooden door that kind of blocks your path.
I mean, you could check it for traps again, or I could use a fireball. One of those
Didn't
will
we get a
work.
key?
Yeah, we have a key. What is with you in this fireball?
I mean, it's wood.
So?
I think
It'll burn.
Let's check it for traps first.
the
Yeah,
door
let's
is
not
wood.
burn
The
everything.
house is wood. Actually, I see where you're going. I
Except-
like this.
The more I think about it, the more I like it.
The
The
Burn
orc
it to the
can't
ground
hide.
first, then
He
search the
can't hide
wreckage.
in a pile
Oh,
of
shit.
ashes.
Don't
Yeah.
encourage him.
So I'm gonna check the door for any traps around it.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation roll again.
I clicked it by accident because I have dumb fingers. 17.
17.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking around here, there's nothing that you really see. It just looks like a door. I'll say that during your investigation, you do kind of like give a glance through the keyhole, and you see just pitch blackness.
Okay. All right.
He tried key.
Do we know that
Well-
the door is locked even? Can we just try the
Yeah, I was
door?
gonna say I'm gonna try the door.
Okay.
I'm right there already.
Sure. Yeah. So you try the door, you open it up, and it looks like it's a very, very dark hall, with another door at the other end of it, that is more ornate and well put together.
I see. All right.
I feel like we should check like the floor for traps because this feels like something that you step on it and then you're drowning.
Yeah, this feels kind of too easy.
And I'm not saying I know what I'm doing, but I'm just saying from my recent experience at the door, I think traps are gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I'm sure it's
you
fine.
got a good head on your shoulders. I'm gonna
Well-
look for any sort of pressure plates near us right now, or any trap. Yeah, traps.
So like, are you like outside? You already looked for traps outside. There was nothing
Yes.
out there. So like you're investigating in the hallway.
Yes, I'm gonna start slowly going into the hallway, but like clearing my way as I go, like looking for pressure plates or any sort of tripwire.
Yeah.
Okay. You make your way in there, leading the pack. As soon as you step over the threshold of that doorway, the rest of you, Zephyr, Kavik, and Arya, no longer see him. You, I'll say, Kavik, you with your arcane knowledge would understand this to be some sort of like a magical darkness. You know, it's beyond just like lack of light, but there is something actually stopping this.
Whoa.
Now, I will say also, Skylar, as soon as you enter, you feel something wrap around your neck immediately. There is a tendril of something that wraps around your neck, and you are no longer able to breathe. What is your Constitution modifier?
It is a +1.
Okay. All right. You've got 1 minute of holding your breath.
Oh no.
I immediately something's wrapped around my neck, right?
Mm-hmm.
I immediately pull out a knife and start stabbing or cutting at whatever's wrapping. Like I'm gonna try to get a firm grip with one hand and use the other one to start like cutting.
Okay. Give me an attack roll with disadvantage.
Also, if you guys want to roll with advantage or disadvantage, you could right-click the modifier and a little menu will pop up.
Oh, nice.
What if you're on your phone?
I think
have
that
no idea.
maybe you can press and hold and get the alt menu.
Oh,
Okay.
that's very valid. So this was not a great roll. It is a 8 total to hit.
Yeah. You can definitely feel this around your neck, but as you are grasping around, and like kind of swinging, you don't seem to be making contact with anything, and you swing in all directions, and don't seem to be finding anything.
Kinda.
Uh,
Hello.
I'm gonna try to thrash about.
Should
since
we
I
go
can't
in
do
there?
anything.
Yeah, you go on ahead.
Okay, I'll say you're able to hear the thrashing, but there is no sound coming from, no vocal quality coming from that golden voiced Aarakocra in front of you.
It's just magical darkness. You'll be fine. Go on.
I'm gonna. Oh God! If I shoot an arrow into that darkness, I could hit him.
Yeah, don't recommend that.
Ooh, no. You know what? I'm gonna cast dancing lights.
Yeah, you are.
With that?
Yeah. I'm gonna cast dancing lights.
Okay. Tell me what this looks like.
Okay, so in my hands I hold this sort of like open palm, like I'm gonna cup water, and I start reciting the cantrip in Drowish. Is that technically a language I can speak?
I don't think so. There was a cool sounding D word that you can speak, but I forget what it is.
Oh, I speak like air god.
Oh yeah,
Draconic.
there was
Okay,
draconic. Okay, yeah, and then
yeah,
ergot.
that's
Yeah,
what it was an air god. Okay, I'll do it in air god.
okay, because that
And
sounds cooler than
essentially-
draconic.
Yeah, it sounds way cooler.
Yeah.
And so let me just make sure. Ooh, okay, I'm actually gonna. So, okay, I can create 4 torch-sized lights within range, making them appear as torch, but I can actually combine all 4 of those to make one glowing, vaguely humanoid form of medium size. So I'm gonna make that.
Okay. So you do that, and then you're sending that forward.
Yeah, into the deep darkness.
Right. You can see it longer than you could see Skylar, but not much longer.
Yeah, it just snuffs out.
Yeah, I mean, like it goes in there, and you feel that you're still channeling that,
Yeah.
but you're not seeing it even 5 feet past that threshold.
Okay, interesting. It doesn't like light up anything else in that area. It's just literally a glowing person thing.
Yep, that just fades into nothing. What I will say is that Skylar, you being actually in that magical darkness, and then seeing this glowing figure just kind of pass through you and come right in front of you, you do get a brief moment of respite from the darkness, not from the suffocation, but from the darkness, and you are able to see, as this thing is passing through here, that there are 2 kind of glowing runes that are at the maybe like in the center of the hallway, towards the top left and right. But then as this thing continues moving forward, you lose it. But you can see that those runes are there.
Okay.
So I recommend one of you goes and checks that out.
Yeah, so I have a torch. So I feel like I should equip the torch, and I don't know how I would light it unless that's a thing.
I think that you have like a tinderbox with you as well. Okay.
Yes, I do. Oh,
yeah.
Right there.
So yeah,
I got fire for you.
Okay, that's true. Yeah. So I light the torch, and I just start going because you don't leave your bird brains behind. So I start moving through the darkness, really nice and slowly, moving towards where we thought he went.
Okay.
And
Go get him, Tiger.
Hold on, wait. Before I stop him before he goes in, and I say like, wait, let me cover you. And I take out my rope and I tie it around his waist, and I tie it around my waist.
Okay.
And like with my arrows, I ready them.
Okay, but you're still staying on the light side of the threshold?
No. I'm gonna go in with him.
You're going in with him. Okay. Are you going front to back, side to side? How are you doing this?
Let's go slightly like side to side, but I'll be slightly behind.
Okay. So you both enter, and similar to Skylar, you are wrapped up in this suffocating, shadowy tentacle, with no apparent start or end. What are each of your Constitution modifiers?
I got a solid +0.
I am +2.
Okay. Yeah. So in that case, Arya, I think that you would get 3 minutes, and Zephyr, you would get 30 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Fair
but
enough.
but you are you still trying to like struggle your way forward even through the suffocation?
So is the tendril like physical? Like, is it dragging me, or is it just I can just feel it around my neck?
You feel it around your neck, and through that thrashing, you don't see anything or like necessarily feel it like protruding from a wall or a creature or something like that.
Okay.
Similar to what Skylar thought.
Okay.
But as you are in there, and Skylar didn't make it very far in, your rope starts to kind of get taut around Skylar's back, as now three of you are kind of caught up in this rope. Skylar in between the two of you, but all three of you are suffocating.
So
Guys.
if we're together, does that mean like I'm guessing it's like a 50-foot rope?
It
we're
is a
kinda, like,
50-foot
just-
rope. I assume though that I assume that you guys are not 50 feet apart.
Okay.
Like
it's more
unless
we're
correct
shoulder
me
to
if I'm wrong.
shoulder-ish.
I would
Like, I
say
don't-
yeah. I mean like you guys would be like pretty much shoulder to shoulder, the three
Okay.
of you side by side, because there's not a
So-
whole lot of room to to Zephyr's right or to Arya's left before you would hit a wall.
So
How
if we're going forward, do we like bump into Skylar then?
You notice the rope get taut as
Okay.
Skylar is there, and you can feel his shoulder kind of rubbing up against yours.
Okay, and I have the torch out, so there is some light, just not a whole bunch.
It's very, very dim. You know how a torch works. You've used a torch before. But this
Can I sense my
darkness
orbs,
is enveloping.
Or can I sense my figure?
So give me I'll say give me an Arcana check to see if you can feel like an arcane link between you and your lights.
Okay. A 9.
A 9. You know that it's still moving forward, but you don't know how far.
Is there any way I can call it back?
You can call it back. And
I'd like to call it back.
as you do that, give me a perception check.
Okay. The perception, I have a +5. Ooh, 16?
16. You notice that as you're calling it back, you didn't really notice this before because this happened, you got caught up in this so recently, but as you call it back though, the tendrils seem to be getting tighter.
Oh, I don't like that. Okay. And if it goes away farther from me, do they get looser?
They do seem to get a little bit looser. Not much, but a little bit.
Weird.
So-
I'm gonna completely dispel my orbs then.
All right, you do that and it gets really tight.
What? Wait, I dispelling my orbs? What? What?
So-
How?
so- I have apparently in the second level spells, I have locate animals or plants. Do
Okay.
us bird people count as animals / does Arya? Is it Arya? Please tell me I got that right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Could I sense them?
fellow DMs in the group, I would assume that player characters would be considered animals. You know how they're like, oh, humans are animals too, right? In the real world. Like, what would you think about that?
Your call.
I know it's my call, but I'm asking as two other experienced DMs.
What's the context again? What are you trying to define as?
If he's doing detect animals or plants, would he be able to detect the other player characters in this magical darkness?
I think it's a bit different from like locate creature per se, but if it's just detecting a presence, I don't see why not. I don't see any reason why they would necessitate it being that strict on what.
Yeah, I'll say sure. It'll work with the others here.
Okay, so I'm going to cast that. And what I'm interested in my last 10 seconds or whatever of oxygen here as I'm dying, is, do I sense them and kind of like what their position is from me?
I mean,
Because I'm gonna start walking back.
the three of you are shoulder to shoulder. Like you didn't need to cast that. Like you feel
Oh, okay.
you
'Cause
feel
I thought like
Skylar's
the
shoulder
darkness was,
against
like,
yours.
I thought the darkness was dark that I couldn't like tell what I was bumping into.
No, it was pretty obvious. Like you felt
pretty
you
obvious?
felt
Okay.
feathers on your wings.
Okay.
You know,
But there was nothing else. Nothing else pops up. It's just these two.
that's all that you see.
Okay.
Yep.
Hear a
So I'm
little
gonna
bit
turn
in the distance,
around,
like,
put my
"Guys?"
arms out, and just walk back and drag whoever I have with me going back.
All right, give me a strength check.
Okay. Now, if I'm doing strength, do I do a saving throw strength check, or is it?
No, this is just going to be a strength check.
Or do we want to get like burgers?
Okay.
two drinks and
So
all of that.
I also was going to be inclined to
Nuggets,
try to get out.
onion rings.
So going back the way I
Yeah.
came.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
So anyone who's moving backwards, give me a strength check.
What?
And sorry,
Yeah.
just
We
double
can
checking
always
here.
order burgers.
Does strength check, is that somewhere on the
Just roll for
skills,
strength.
or-
Just like
Yeah,
click your
we
strength
can
modifier.
order fish,
Oh, okay.
or
Yeah.
DM,
Yeah.
are you on the
There you go. I got
Are you
an
on
11.
D&D Beyond?
I mean, I'm looking at Zephyr's character sheet right now.
Okay.
I
But-
think I did that.
Why did
Wait,
you
but
roll a
I
nat
have-
20?
Nat 20, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Barbecue sauce?
Okay, I'm gonna say with a nat 20, you feel as you are starting to push backwards, the constriction is definitely there and it's rough, but you also do notice that rope getting taut behind you, and you continue to push, and the force of you pushing backwards is also dragging your two companions with you. And as soon as your head crests across the threshold of that door, the tendrils release, and you breathe just this huge gasp of air, as it's the first time in about a minute that you've been able to breathe. And you continue pulling and get your other two companions out there. Zephyr, you were on your last legs as well, as you were coming up on that 30 seconds. Arya, it doesn't feel pleasant, to have had your neck constricted like that, but you had plenty more air before you would have started suffocating.
I wasn't worried.
Of course not. Sade never is worried.
So, how'd it go?
Oh,
Wow.
perfect. It went great.
Oh, good, thank God. I was good.
So you weren't even gonna help?
Well,
Why did we bring you?
if it was going to be a death trap, either way, it helps to have someone that's on the outside.
I guess.
Well,
Do you want to order anything?
one thing I saw while I was in there, while someone passed light through,
onion rings, maybe?
there's runes. You said there was runes on the top of the walls, right?
Yes, like center of the hall, top left and top right.
Right.
I'm gonna yeah, Skylar, give me a retcon perception check here.
You got it. Perception. That is a 13.
Okay. That's all. Never mind. Nerfing.
So, besides the three of us, there was nothing in there that was either like a plant or like an animal, because I did the little spell thing.
That is correct, sir.
So we know it's not.
This is our snacks.
How would you say it?
We get
Like,
two
we know
fried
it's not
each.
something.
It doesn't seem to be a
physical, unless it's
creature
the
in
arcade.
there.
Two fried
Yeah.
onion rings each.
I'll say that given the runes that Skylar saw, and the fact that you did not see another creature in there, plus the fact that you are invading a wizard king's home, it seems arcane in nature.
Yeah.
Some sort of like a trap.
Pretty obvious.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
I have a bird brain. Obvious to you is not obvious to me, okay?
I guess.
Wait,
it's
what's your
fair.
intelligence? Your intelligence isn't that bad.
Wisdom, though?
It's okay. Wisdom is
Wis-
higher than my intelligence.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Don't be quiet. I'm a bird brain. Don't tell anybody.
Holy
Okay.
crap! None
What
of us
now,
have
folks?
charisma. That's amazing.
Yeah, no. The only one that
Yeah.
had charisma was the one player that we might have had, but then didn't have. They had like an
Yeah.
18 in charisma. But
Jesus.
yeah.
Excellent.
All right.
All right.
I want to go try something, so I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna just take like one step into the darkness, but I'm gonna do so holding light, like as close to my throat or whatever as possible.
Okay. Yeah, so you cast light, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I have to look it up again here. Light spell 5e. Okay. So I'll say that with light, you feel the tendril grasp around you, but you are able to just barely see a little bit in front of you, and it is constricting, but it is not completely cutting off your air supply. I'll say that what's your con modifier?
Con modifier is probably not great. Oh, it's a +2.
Okay. So what I'll say is that you are not completely suffocating with this light in your hand and close to you. For you, it seems to be, it's constricting, but not completely suffocating. I'll give you 6 minutes, before you would actually like start to lose consciousness.
Okay. Wait. Did who was it? Skylar who saw stuff?
Skylar saw the runes left and right. Yep.
Did Skylar tell us about these rooms?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
I was
Yes,
trying to let
okay.
you guys know before you got too far.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys were
Gotcha.
ordering food, but yes, he did.
All right. So I'm gonna do two things. One, because I'm not totally suffocating, I can speak a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna quickly yell at Arya to get in here.
All right, I'm gonna quickly go in there.
Okay. As soon as you start choking, I'm gonna laugh and say, "No, I'm just kidding. Get back in."
Arya, make a
I'm gonna
strength check.
Oh my god.
This,
Fun. You
this.
asshole. You said strength check?
Yep.
Theoretically, you only like
19.
just barely stepped in.
Yeah. Yeah. You're able to get back out and clear yourself
give him
of
give him
the
an
choking.
angry shove as
I'm
I
still
step
laughing.
back.
By the way, Yogi, your video froze, so you've been ventriloquisming for the last like 30 seconds.
Oh, no.
I look
Yeah.
at Arya. What was that about?
I don't know.
Can we
Why did
please
we
like
bring him again?
Kill him.
can
by
we
the end of
please like
this.
get a lifeline system with the rope so that next time this happens we can like get pulled out by some people left outside?
It's +2 in wisdom. I should have went for Skylar. I thought I was going for the person with the lowest wisdom. And I thought yours was -2, so it's like, oh.
No, I don't have any minuses. You know this.
Okay. All right. So knowing what to look for, can I get a bead on these runes, these aforementioned runes?
So you're making your way further in?
If I have to, yes, I'll make a few more steps.
Okay. Yeah. So you don't notice the runes immediately. But as you've made like 3 steps, you're moving forward, and you're looking around. You do notice that the tendril, whatever it is around you, seems to be loosening a little bit.
Okay, can I just keep walking forward?
It's loosening more. It's loosening more, and
Keep going as long as it gets better.
yep, it's getting better, and you'd say that you're about halfway to the door, and And as you continue walking forward, though, it's starting to tighten again.
So it only loosens towards the middle of the room.
Which is where you know the runes to be.
Okay, so can I use that to guide me as close to the runes as possible?
Yes. Yeah, so they're on opposite ends here. But you keep that light near you until you feel the wall, and you're kind of moving this light around, and as you are moving your light towards that rune to try and get a better view of it, you see that rune does start to glow, and the constriction is almost gone at that point, but it's still there.
Can I touch the rune?
Yeah, you certainly touch it.
Okay. Can I see both runes at the same time?
The hallway is narrow enough that you can see the other rune, but you would not be able to reach both of them simultaneously.
That's okay. I'm going to cast Magic Missile targeting both of the runes.
Okay.
As long as I can still see them.
Okay. Yeah. You cast Magic Missile, and even through this magical darkness, you see, first of all, the one that's going to the rune closest to you, kind of where you were holding that one up. You see that direct path, and it goes and kind of casts like a little as it hits that one. The other one, however, you see it goes and it goes into the darkness, and then suddenly it kind of reappears as it obscures part of that other rune, and it pops as well. And as soon as that happens, as both of these runes are activated with magical light, suddenly you just hear and the entire room just lights back up, and it's just a normal hallway.
Hey guys, I got it. Just
So
your
next time he goes
classic
first.
Triangle in darkness.
Yeah, next time we send him first.
Yeah, why didn't you go first?
I had to study the trap, and
You
it was
couldn't
pretty fun.
see the
And it
trap.
was
We
pretty
were guinea
funny.
pigs. Oh.
All right. Yeah, so you make your way down towards the end of this hall, and there is a door with a pretty noticeable lock on it.
Do we still have the? Did we already use the key?
We
No.
did
In
not.
here?
We haven't used the key yet, no.
You think the key goes to this thing?
I mean, we could try it, but also we could see if the door is just still, again, unlocked.
Why don't somebody else touch it first?
No. You're first.
We insist. We all insist. You are the first to go on this one.
Can I inspect the lock first to make sure there's nothing bullshit magical going on with this door?
All right, so you want Arcana in that case.
13.
Yeah, you don't notice anything on this door.
All right. I mean, I'll jiggle the lock a little bit real quick just to test that it's locked.
It goes, and that's it.
Yeah, it's locked.
Whoever has the key, let's have him open the door. Who's got the key?
Not me.
I believe that was Skylar, because he was the one that opened the
Yeah.
cabinet upstairs.
Wardrobe.
Yeah, I handed the key to Kavik. Here you go.
Thanks.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
All right.
I rub my neck and give him like a sly grin, like, yeah.
All right. So Kavik, you open?
Yeah, give it a shot.
Key fits, key turns. It's great. It opens up, and here we see, presumably, Xanderon's basement workshop. It's a large, well-lit space filled with all manner of magical equipment and supplies. The walls are lined with shelves and cabinets containing ingredients, potions, and other magical items. A large, sturdy workbench takes up one wall with an array of tools and implements for practicing and experimenting with magic. The workshop is illuminated by a series of magical glowing orbs which provide warm, even light. The workshop was accessed through a sturdy wooden door, which is kept locked to prevent unauthorized access, obviously. And this workshop is a functional and inviting space, perfect for practicing and studying the magical arts.
Nice. Like it.
Skylar,
Cozy.
can you do your little investigation thing you got going on there?
Sure. I have a feeling there could be more arcane traps. Whatever, fine. I'll look around. I'm gonna
Wise
look.
decision.
All right, investigate.
I got you. 17.
Yeah, you look around and looks perfectly fine. If this place is what's your wisdom score?
Some score?
Or your wisdom modifier.
A 1.
A 1. I'll say even with a 1, you put together, like, all right, there were enough traps getting here. I doubt that when he's actually working that he wants to be, dodging traps and stuff like that. You get a sense that this place is fairly safe. So you've scoured the place for traps just in case, but you didn't come up with anything.
Cool.
We should be clear.
All right, let's get searching.
All right.
And searching we will.
Take an
All right. Yep.
investigate.
Give some investigation rolls for the actual search.
Okay, give me a second. Gotta lay some paint
I
down.
still have a pretty good. Why?
Are you not rolling good again?
I never roll. 11.
Okay.
Is it
Arya and Zephyr.
Yep.
I rolled a
investigate.
12.
Oh, a clean 4.
Oh boy.
Good at investigating.
Oh.
I'll be looking too.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yep.
Or... Hey, that was almost a good number, but that's a 5.
I was gonna say I'm actually gonna give you advantage since you've already kind of scoured the room for traps. So you've kind of like looked around some stuff. Now you kind of know better where to look.
Are you giving all of us that?
Nope.
No,
Okay.
It's only an 11.
What the hell?
Yeah.
We had 5 rolls and the best one was a 12. All right.
Doing so good.
So as the 4 of you are looking around here, you suddenly hear behind you. So, you seem to have found your way to my basement. What brings you here? And you turn and you see none other than Xanderon the Wise. You know him as a powerful wizard that is renowned for his knowledge and skill in the arcane arts, but you've never actually met him in person. And in person, he's a tall and imposing man with piercing eyes and a stern demeanor. His long white beard and flowing robes give him an air of wisdom and authority. And despite his fearsome reputation, Xanderon, you know him as a fair and just ruler, but you have also heard of his prowess when it comes to battle.
Oh God.
That's not the vein I was going in, but okay.
No, it wasn't.
Release a puff of stink and like, boy, your septic's leaking all over.
Wow.
So you're still continuing with this, are you? Septic this and plumbing that. Look, I know why you're here. You're here for the orb, aren't you?
No,
What
we're here for the
orb?
bidet.
What? There's an orb?
No.
I was just looking for the bathroom.
Don't play daft with me. You're here for the orb. And I think I know who sent you. I know those mages. I know he kind of cocks a head and looks at you, Kavik, and he's like, I know of you as well. I know that someone like you would be very interested in such a powerful magical object. I mean, let's be honest, that's how I got to where I am. But I am not about to let some filthy thieves, these bird-brained imbeciles, and you, whatever you are, get away with my most prized possession.
Who you calling filthy?
I'm calling filthy to the ash that is going to be strewn along this floor that is made up of your remains. And with that, I'm going to have everyone roll initiative. Damn it, that was supposed to be a good moment, and I messed it up.
Fucking kill him.
Roll initiative.
Close. I guess we win the adventure now, guys. It's great.
You have advantage for the rest. The DM said so.
He said so.
Initiative check. Where would I find initiative?
In the center,
I
top
got
part of your character
18.
sheet.
Oh, initiative. Okay.
Yeah, just to the right of acrobatics.
Got you.
I have 18.
All right, I got 16.
11.
All right, so
Also an 11.
Oh, so am I first?
I'm sorry. Can you say that again here? So first of all, Zephyr.
I got 16.
All right, Kavik.
11. Wanted to take the 19, but I think it was cocked a little bit.
Arya
18.
and Skylar.
11.
All right. So I know that this is not technically the way that you're supposed to do it, apparently, but Kavik and Skylar, what are your dex modifiers?
Plus
Oh.
2.
All of
Four.
us? Plus
No,
50.
Skylar and Kavik.
Just the two
Oh,
of
okay.
us that tied, so
Yeah.
I'll be going last.
So what I'm gonna say is that you can, if you would like, roll your turn or do your turns together if you wanted to like combo move, but that is up to you.
I always go for combo attacks.
I mean,
Combo.
Roland and Cheek made it work.
Yeah,
Um,
we
I
did.
think shared initiative is like definitely a concept that should be done more.
it can be pretty fun. So yeah, top of the order we have Arya.
Yes.
So I'll say as this happens and he makes his imposing statement, he throws his hands out to the side and you see lightning crackle from the ground below him, connecting to each of his fingers and traveling up his body, right up to his neck. And you see that he, just for a second, is engulfed in electrical energy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Okay. Let me do a quick thonk.
A perusal of your impromptu
Yeah.
character sheet. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I can hunter's mark him. I did have it was in the description, but it's not on here, so I won't do that.
Well, I mean, if you had it in the description, you can use it. I'll let you use the best combination of your character description and your character sheet. I did my best in D&D Beyond to replicate what was there, but there were some kind of wonky janks.
Then for this one I'll skip the hunter's mark and do it for the next one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take an arrow and aim it at this fucker.
All right. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Okay. How do I do that?
So
In D&D Beyond.
in D&D Beyond, under actions, you should see a bow in your inventory, and you'd have the hit/DC and then the damage. As Yogi was saying, you should just be able to click
yes.
damage, and it should roll attack and damage.
Oh, it's weird. It only has unarmed strike on mine.
Oh, stupid.
Are you using the app or are you on? a browser.
Oh, you know
On the
what? You
browser.
have to go to your you have to go to your inventory
Oh.
and select the item, and then you get the action for it.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, the app works a little bit differently.
Arrows and longbow, and then go back to action. Whoa! Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's pretty cool.
By the way, I'm not gonna have you like, you know,
Oh, whoops.
use like
Okay,
bonus
yeah, no, I
actions or
didn't.
whatever to equip something initially here. So
Yeah,
if whatever your
So,
main weapon would be, we'll just say
I
that you had that ready.
I definitely didn't hit because I only got a 5.
Okay. Yeah, you actually, it looks like you would have hit. You aim squarely between his eyes, and it is sailing right there, and then at the last second, you don't even hear it, but it just seems to deflect upward and just sticks into the ceiling of his workshop.
What? Okay.
Okay.
And that ends my turn then.
All right. Zephyr, we're on to you.
Okay. Perfect. So just to be sure here, the hit/DC, I click the thing below that to attack.
Yeah, so that would roll the attack roll. Otherwise, I think that did you confirm this? Can you just click the damage and it will roll the attack as well?
I
Not
can try that.
which I accidentally rolled the damage first before I hit the hit, and it gave me the damage, not the attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, I have to click them separately.
Okay, so yeah, click the hit/DC. Make sure that you equip your stuff.
Yeah, I've got that all figured. Okay, so I'm gonna try and shoot him with an arrow and see how this goes. And I got a 24.
Ooh, all right. Unlike your non-feathered companion, your arrow goes sailing true. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. I got 10 damage.
Whew, okay. He was not.
If I'm doing this right, if I'm not doing this right,
let me
tell me.
Let me just double check. 1d8 plus 3, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That ends up going sailing directly like into his chest, right? And he is surprised by this. He expects his arcana to work the way that it did before, but this one just pierces directly through it, and with a strong pull of your arrow string, he gets pierced and hurt fairly badly by that.
Yay. And then I end my turn, I guess, or
if you'd like to, unless you had a bonus action that you'd like to do, or movement or anything.
I can check bonus action. I have 2 weapon fighting, but I don't know what that means.
So that means that you'd be able to attack with multiple melee weapons at once.
Oh, dual wielding.
Essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dual wielding. You have to have a light weapon, I believe.
I have 2 light short swords in my inventory, but I don't think I'm going to equip those and then charge right away. I don't think that's a great idea.
So 2 weapon fighting would not necessarily allow you to do another attack after your main attack in that case. So that would be so if you click on 2 weapon fighting, it tells you there's the sidebar there. It says when you take the attack action and attack with a light melee weapon that you're holding, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon. So if you've got 2 melee weapons, your attack would be 1, and then your bonus action would be swinging with the second one.
Got you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yep, I'm done.
Cool.
Clarification.
All right. So Skylar and Kavik, if you guys would like to do a team hit.
You planning on doing anything important?
All right. Well, I'm going to brandish two daggers, and I'm going to try to get behind him, try to rush behind him if I can.
Okay.
And what's our
Um,
situation here? So we're like just in the room.
so
and it's just a hall in front of us.
so there's a hallway kind of behind him. He's still near the door.
Oh, that's right. He's near the door.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
shit.
you guys are kind of spread out amongst the room. I'll say kind of like in a semicircle around as you guys were checking different areas of the room.
Yeah.
But I'd say each of you is about say like 25 feet away from him. It's a fairly large workshop, despite what the image looks like.
Mm-hmm. All right.
He's gonna do that, and I'm gonna throw an acid arrow. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. So he's at the doorway. I can't really get behind him then.
Right.
Right.
Unless you wanted to like try and slide under him or something like that, but
In the hallway that chokes me,
No,
I'm
that
assuming
gets
that's
turned
the
it
same
off.
hallway.
No, we.
Oh, you turned it off.
disabled
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get up to him. I'm not gonna try to maneuver around him quite
Okay.
yet. Let's just get right up to him and try to stab him as he gets hit with an acid arrow.
okay. Yeah, so we'll say acid arrow is going to make it there first. So go ahead and roll for that. Mr. Yogi. 21? Yeah, that hits. And what's the damage?
So acid arrow is immediately 4d4, and then it's gonna be at 2d4 at the end of its next turn. Okay, not bad. So 11 acid damage,
Okay.
and then it'll take an additional 2d4 at the end of its next turn.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, he is hurt considerably again. As you this arrow comes out here, it hits him and spreads across as his arms are out there, kind of trying to channel that electrical energy that he did before. Then yeah, it kind of comes out and just splashes down across his chest and his arms, covering that existing wound and a decent portion of his main center of mass as well. Go ahead and roll for me, Skylar.
Get acid.
Natural 20. It's
No.
27 total.
Yo.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. So here's the. All right. Total. Oh, that should not be the total damage. It's a. Okay, for the first roll, it's 6, and then I'll just do another d4. Okay. So it's 2d4 plus 4 on this. It's only gonna be 8 damage because I rolled 2 2s on the d4s.
Okay.
There's no sneak attack, right? Because he's
Correct.
already
He's
done his
not
action.
flanked. Yeah.
He's not flanked. He's got nothing imposing him.
Right.
Okay, yeah. So no sneak attack damage. I don't know why it threw all the dice on that one. Because I hit the damage thing, but it's like, oh, here, sneak attack is on top of it. No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Why
It's
not?
Yeah, why not? It would have been 21.
21.
21.
But no, only 8. So I just get a nice planted dagger stab in there.
Yeah. You run up there and just with one of your daggers there, you're running with it kind of forehand, and then as you get close, you flip it down to like a reverse grip, and you just jab it up into his right leg, and you just pierce directly into his thigh, and he kind of reels down at that and is now kind of almost kneeling on that left leg, but not quite downed.
All right. As my bonus action, I'm going to use cunning action to disengage and fly back.
Okay. So yeah, with that, you are able to kind of plant on that same knee that he extended forward, and you just fling yourself backwards, and with a flap of your wings, you get a good distance between you and him.
Hell yeah!
Nice. That will do it.
Acrobatics, me. That's it. That's all I got. Movement, stab, disengage, boom.
Anything else from Kavik?
No, I'm good.
All right. Xanderon, he is down there, just kind of like grasping at both his chest and his leg, and he's just going, oh, no, this is not how it was supposed to happen. And you see that he kind of like shakes off a little bit and stands up again, and he goes, "This is not a fight just for me." And he throws his hands out to the sides, and you see under his arms, under each of his arms, from the hallway appear two of his minions, his pets presumably, that come up here. And so we have with us, this is the AI's interpretation of a Shadow Panther and a Blaze Drake.
Aw,
Okay.
interesting.
Yep, looks like something out of Yu-Gi-Oh, but we'll go with it. So they have both entered the fight here as well, and I will roll their initiative. Well, who knows? Okay. All right. So they kind of fly up from underneath here, and the darker of the two here, the Shadow Panther, rushes forward, and seeing what Skylar just did, will first of all kind of like lash out with its claws here and try and get an attack on you. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
Hit.
That'll hit.
Yeah, AC is 15.
Okay. That is going to do 8 slashing damage to you. And with that hit, then it also reaches out and bites as well. And this is going to be a 15.
That's right on the dot.
Yeah, so that'll hit as well. And that is going to do another 8 damage to you. So this claw comes out, it swipes across your chest, and despite your nimble nature here, you weren't able to see this coming. It was just like a flash, right? And as you're reeling from that first one, it just turns its head to the side and clamps down onto the same thigh on you that you just stabbed its master in. All right. And with that, we now have the blue blaze dragon that makes its way into the room. And what? Okay, let me let me check something. I just realized that ChatGPT gave it no actions. So
It just sits there. I'm his favorite.
It just looks really intimidating. It's here for emotional support.
I'm here to scare, and that's about it.
Okay. So it will rush in here, and it will Okay. So you see that it rushes in here, and it starts to kind of go, and you don't know what's necessarily about to happen, but Xanderon goes, "No, my work!" And as he says that, this cone of fire just flashes out in front of it here, and I'm gonna say, I guess who was if you were in here, like, I guess what would the order have been from left to right? Who was the person closest to the right? Do you just want me to roll a random 1d4?
Yeah.
Okay.
you
Yeah.
might as well.
Um.
'Cause we're all just in the room, more or less.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Yeah.
we're all
So
scattered.
Zephyr, you were furthest to the right here, so you were the only one that this cone will not actually try to envelop here. So I'm gonna have Zephyr, Kavik, Arya, and Skylar all roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, great. Okay.
Oh no. don't know why I
That'd
clicked
be
it tonight.
about 6.
Oh, a 21.
21.
14.
Okay. So Arya and Skylar, you both succeeded.
Sweet.
And this breath goes out here. It will do a total of 18 damage. But for those who saved, they will take half. So that is going to be 9 burning damage.
Damn.
And it now stands in front of its master, in front of Xanderon.
Not doing so hot.
No. All right. We are back at the top of the order then with Arya.
At the end
Yes.
of his turn, he's gonna take the acid damage. So he's gonna take 5 extra acid.
Okay. He reels back as that acid starts to kind of like eat through his clothing, his regal robes there, and you can tell he is actually on his last legs.
Oh, jeez.
As they now.
Can I take out my short sword and walk over to him?
So between you and him,
How much?
Would-
How far away is he?
he's about 25 feet. But between you and him, you have both of these minions that would
Okay.
get an attack of opportunity if you were to just walk by them.
Okay, then in that case, I'm gonna try and shoot him.
All right.
Okay. I got 17.
17 will hit. Roll for damage.
Sweet. 5.
All right. He is essentially pinned to the ground at this point. And
Sweet.
when I said that he was on his last legs, now he's just on his last toe. Like he is so close to having been toppled by this little ragtag team of birds and
And one
Bird.
person.
yeah, and one person.
Bird up.
All right.
Okay.
Zephyr.
Somebody take him out.
Okay. So, quick question.
Mhm.
Can I use a spell to heal Skylar and then take an attack?
So, using that spell would take your action, which
Okay, so
means
it's
that
my
you would
one-
not be able to attack.
Okay. Okay. Skylar, can you hold on one turn, or are you good?
He's just like wrestling with this thing. Is like biting. He's like, yeah, sure.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Oh,
I'm fine.
oh, you know what I just realized? I gotta slightly retcon something. Okay. By the way, Shadow Panther was also caught up in that blaze of fire.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
nice.
it is singed. It is no longer. It is also really hurting from that as well. That was fairly massive what happened to it. But it has let go of your leg at this point.
Perfect. Okay.
So
In that case,
yeah.
I'm going to try and attack with the longbow, and I'm going to try and take out the wizard.
Okay.
I already forget his name. I know it's Zed.
Zephyr. Sorry, Xanderon.
10.
Yeah. So with him now, there would not be advantage for a ranged attack on a downed enemy, would there? That would only be for melee.
He could move.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't-
only for melee.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
As per rules as written, though I think they are dumb, I believe it gives you disadvantage if you are prone and someone does a ranged attack.
Oh, okay. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense that
That
you wouldn't be
makes
able
sense,
to
but
dodge
only
it.
in certain situations,
Right.
not like
Not just yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you do this, and you see a look of terror in his eyes as an arrow just flies inches from the side of his head. It almost took him out there, but you were not able to connect that.
He's a ranger, right? Zephyr.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You have an extra attack
Oh, do I now?
at
yeah, you
5th
get
level.
two.
Yep. You can attack twice instead of once, and when you use the attack action.
Oh, so I can just roll again?
Yep.
Is that how that works? Okay. All right. Well, I will do that then, and we will hope.
All right. Roll
Yeah.
again.
Bang bang.
12.
All right. In the words of Matt Mercer, how do you want to do this?
Oh my god.
I know that we're still mid battle with the other ones, but like, he's the big guy, so we got to make it
Yeah,
kind of
he's the big
glorious.
guy.
Yeah. What does this look like?
Okay, so as I am letting loose this arrow, as my bio says, I can make like impossible shots or something.
Yep.
Like it says, like he has mastered the longbow and he can make shots that others would find impossible.
Mhm.
I thread the needle between his two little guard dogs here
Mhm.
and catch him right underneath the chin as he's down and go straight through the back of his head.
Yeah.
Yo.
So your arrow is as though is like if this were a movie, this would be like the slow motion, like camera following the arrow, and it actually like kind of Wanted style, kind of flies with a bit of a curve, and you see that yes, this does it just connects directly under his jaw and just directly through there. He is now twice pinned to the ground, and you see that there is a small river of blood that is forming back into the hallway that was previously filled with magical dark. And with that, the only two remaining enemies here are his minions. So with that, Skylar and Kavik, what would you like to do?
If you get the kitty cat, I'll take out the Drake.
Yeah. I'm just gonna start stabbing at this this thing on my leg.
All right.
Sorry,
Oh
which,
no, he's no longer.
which
on my leg.
one's the
Yeah.
kitty cat?
The Shadow
The black
Panther.
one.
Black Panther,
Okay.
yeah, and a Blaze Drake. Because if you get the kitty cat, I'll get the Drake.
All right. So
Um,
yeah, Skylar, go for it.
Stab away this little bastard. Oh well, nope, probably not. 12.
Yeah, you affected by that wound on your leg, you strike out there with that dagger, and it just barely you're going for the neck. You were trying to sever it, and the neck just kind of like snakes out of the way, and you were not able to connect that.
All right, then for my own preservation, I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage once more again, because I do not want to die.
This is considerably less graceful than the last time here, as your wounded leg makes it a little bit more difficult. But you do manage to push yourself back a little bit. You're initially kind of sliding along on your bird butt, but then you are able to regain your footing there.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get some distance between it and me, and
Sure.
unfortunately, that's going to take my movement and action and bonus action. So that's going to be it on my end.
Okay. So where are you headed? Are you headed towards one of your companions? Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to try to head towards. Most likely, I'm going to try to head towards Zephyr.
Okay. Yep. So you
Gotcha,
make
boy.
you make your way over to him. And Kavik, what are you gonna do?
Are these two minions like next to each other, or could
So-
I like make a line?
So
them?
you would be able to move in such a way that they would be in a line. They're about 15 feet apart from each other. The kitty cat being in front of the drake.
All right, if I can get them in a line,
Mhm.
I'm going to position myself to do that, like, and cast lightning bolt.
All right.
Each creature in line has to make a dex saving throw. The DC is 14.
Okay. Neither of them save.
9 of them. Okay, that's gonna be 8d6.
Okay.
That's
So mad at
15.
me.
15, 25, 27.
Yeah.
27 lightning damage.
Tell me what it looks like.
Oh, I do fucking finger guns with my bird hands. And just like blasts of lightning, just like keep arcing between them until it just sizzles them up.
Yeah, so you are making a run to your left here to try and get them in line. And you do a Max Payne style dodge to the right as both of these finger guns come out and
Oh, can I be sliding on my knees as I do it, just like
like totally John Woo style for sure. And lightning is just arcing from your fingertips, just catching that Shadow Panther and then just coursing through the ground until it comes up and courses through the legs of this Blaze Drake. And as this is happening, both of these things, they no longer exist. They have been burnt to ash, and there are just minimal remains left of either of them. You are no longer in initiative, and you have killed the king of Eldorath.
Whoops.
Good for you.
Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. Maybe we shouldn't have killed him. It'll be fine.
And we
There
wear
was
his
no-
clothes and pass ourselves off as him to the general public.
Yeah, his bloody acid-eaten clothes, and you'll be like, yeah, I turned into a bird, and shit happened. I don't know, man.
Exactly. It just
That
looks
was a
like an
weird
experiment gone wrong.
Arcana, what can you do?
Someone trim my nails. I can't reach anymore. I have no fingers. Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna start by searching his body first.
Yeah,
See if
but
he has any shot.
before you even get there, you hear just kind of this dum, 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 as out from kind of like a hip kind of satchel drops this orb, and you recognize it immediately as the orb of endless knowledge. You know that that by holding this orb and concentrating, this is how Xanderon was able to access his this knowledge, gaining insight and wisdom beyond his own. This orb is highly sought after by other wizards and sorcerers, and they believe that by possessing this, that you'd be able to grow far beyond your natural abilities in Arcana.
I'll immediately gonna touch that shit.
Okay. Yeah, you pick it up and you immediately feel a surge of energy flow through you as just your eyes are opened to the wonders of magical entities all around you. Your vision changes as you look around and you see each of these ingredients, every little bit of magical craftsmanship, every potion, everything around you just lights up, and you see its magical properties almost as though they are knit from the earth itself. And you know how everything is connected, and you understand the fundamentals of Arcana.
Knew it. Now I know it.
Yeah, you feel far more powerful than you ever have before. You have recovered what you were here to get, But now you need to get out.
We do have a horse we need to rescue.
First,
We can. There's.
get anything useful from the lab.
Yeah, let's search around for like all the treasure we can get.
All right. I'll say now with this completed and far less of a pressure on you, that you're able to look around and you find not gold necessarily. This isn't a treasure room, but with your, especially Kavik, with your newly released understanding of everything in this room, you were able to pick out elixirs and potions and arcane focuses. You're able to find staves and books that would unlock the mysteries of various long lost runic languages. And you realize that the value of what you have in your hands, with all of these treasures that you pick up, would be immeasurable. And yet, you still feel far, far more fortunate to have come across such a powerful artifact as the Orb of Endless Knowledge.
Yeah, I got some reading material. I'll never be bored in the bathroom again.
You know that's not ours to keep, right?
Well, permanent, sure.
It can be.
Could be. Also, I'm gonna use, just in case, I don't think I'm gonna need it, but I'll use my arcane recovery and get my 3rd level spell slot back.
All right.
Can we take a quick bio break? Because
We are coming right to the end of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
I
Okay.
didn't think there was gonna be too much more.
Yeah.
Cool,
All right, well, let's be making our way out then.
All right. How are you guys exiting?
Let's try and find the path that leads to the stable.
Like, are you? Because you can't go through the front door. That is still icky.
Yeah, but there.
We could go out the way we came in, just through.
But it's stanky.
No, he
I
unstank
would-
it.
Yeah.
But we
I got
also
it.
we
Okay.
also have to get my horse spirit.
Yeah, we loop around back.
Guess we could. All right, let's go about just the way we came
Get
then.
some of the other horses.
All right.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
You make your way out. The horses are almost back in the stable. There's still like 2 that have yet to be recaptured at this point. But you notice though that the amount of people that are out there trying to wrangle the remainders of these horses are far fewer. You don't notice the guards in the front. You don't notice the gardeners still in there. You only notice a couple of stable hands that are just running around trying to get these last 2.
Okay.
All right, if we could just make it through the gate, just rush through, they won't be able to follow us.
Yes.
All right.
Let's go.
So you're grabbing Spirit on the way?
Yep.
Is that the only horse you're bringing?
If there are other horses tied up, we should just take as many horses as we can.
And then we
Is
should re-release.
Sapphire
We should
available?
re-release the horses that they already.
Yes.
Take a few for ourselves. Release any others, any extras. What horses are stabled up? So we've got Spirit.
All right. So
Here we go
you
again.
have Spirit.
Yeah.
So
Spirit.
you've got Shadow, Starlight, Storm, Swift. Sapphire is still not stabled. You have Sunshine, Sirius, and Starfire is still out. Snowflake is available.
I'm gonna take the storm.
I like Starlight. I want to take Starlight.
All right. Anything
Right, so
for
that-
anything for Skylar?
Yeah, and Skylar, what you take?
You got Shadow, Storm, Swift, Sunshine,
Oh.
Sirius, and Snowflake. Wait,
I'll go for Shadow.
Shadow. All right. You each mount your horses, and you know there is plenty of equipment in there to saddle up properly. You take what you need, and you rush out of there. Behind you,
Okay, let's go.
yeah, behind you, you hear the yells of the guards going, "Hey, "Hey, those are our horses. We just put them back." And then you hear the other one going, "You stop right there! Stop!" And as they start to kind of stop their pursuit, you hear one final blood curdling scream, and you know that this is not from the guards out front. This is not from the stable hands or the gardeners or anything like that. But you know that this scream, this terrified, keening scream from a woman, is coming from the basement of the mansion.
Yep, somebody just found his body.
And with that, you ride through the streets of Eldorath with your treasures in hand, wondering if you did the right thing here. But
Oh, we definitely did.
you've
not.
got your
Oh,
treasure.
But do I get paid?
Well,
That's what I'm wondering.
You don't need to get paid. I got this.
that depends on what you guys are doing with the treasures.
Oh,
So rude.
am I getting this?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Right.
Sean's getting
That
the
is,
food. All right.
Yeah.
Food, yeah.
I love
Taste.
how he gets up and you can see the onesie jammies that
Yeah.
he's got on, and I'm like, man, this is why I love you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Snorlax onesie.
Oh yeah, that was one of the first things I ever saw you wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, okay. Chat, I've seen Zeth roll for dexterity. I ride just fine. Not bareback. Bareback is rough as shit. But funnily enough, I rode a horse named Matt. And that poor horse
Matt.
spooked at everything.
that was the 11th horse that ChatGPT didn't get to. But okay.
Matt's in the corner.
With that though, I think that we are going to call it. I think that is going to be the end of our adventure. I know that Yogi is grabbing the food real quick, but yeah, thank you guys for joining me in what I believe is the world's first entirely AI generated Dungeons and Dragons one
I have
shot.
no plan of putting up a wind wall in case they try.
That's awesome.
So I don't want to keep you guys too long, especially Raza, because I know that it's getting late for you. But first of all, Zeth, what did you think of your first experience playing Dungeons and Dragons?
You know, I'm glad I did a one shot first because learning the basics is, I think, huge.
Yep.
Because you hear all this stuff like roll for dex, roll for deception, roll for int, and it's just like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then you get into it and you're like,
Where's
it's different.
It's like,
Now there's buttons.
Yeah, no, there's a flow to it for sure. Like you get into kind of the ebb and flow of the storytelling and like, when should I be role playing? When should I be rolling? And when I'm rolling, it's mostly just 20s unless you are rolling for an effect.
Yeah.
And then it's just whatever modifier you need. But yeah, it's not as difficult as it might first seem. And if you've got a good group of people or a decent DM, then they should be able to help you through that and make it as painless as possible. So
But yeah, no, I like it. I think I wouldn't mind getting involved in like a weekly or bi-weekly session or something like that.
it's
but-
fun. It's taken over certain parts of my life, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind doing that, but yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to the next one, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm playing with Yogi and Sade tomorrow as well, so that'll be fun.
And I'm playing later tonight too.
Yeah, you are.
I'm doing nothing but D&D this week.
You fucking nerd. You absolute fucking nerd.
What a nerd.
It's just when the day falls on. 'Cause
Yeah.
This event is only once a month, and we just happen to also plan all our.
Yeah, right. I mean, this one was off the cuff, and so was the one tomorrow night as well. So, yeah. And to everybody, I guess I'll ask, what did you think of an AI generated campaign?
Pretty solid.
Pretty classic.
Like, especially
I think it. Go on.
ahead.
I think it's great. That's all.
I'm genuinely surprised at like how good it was.
Right?
like it's amazing what this was able to do. So I mean, like the traps, all three of those traps that you guys encountered were all generated, including DCs, how to disable them, all of that kind of stuff. It was all generated by ChatGPT. All of the characters were generated by ChatGPT. Their stat blocks, their appearances, their personalities, their skills, their backgrounds, everything was done there. All of the environment descriptions that we went through, that was all ChatGPT. All of the art that we saw tonight, that was all Dolly and Night Cafe. The main hook of this entire thing, the MacGuffin of the Orb of Endless Knowledge was there. The city of Eldorath, like I even know the population is around 50,000 people, you know, like there's stuff like that. It laid out like as the players enter the city of Eldorath, they're stopped by a group of guards who demand to see their papers. We skipped over that because I wanted to keep us within a certain time, but like it gives me like events, you know. It came up, and the cool thing is that like with the monsters and stuff like that, I quote unquote monsters like Gornax and Selena, like they gave me their appearance, their personalities, all that kind of stuff, and the stat blocks so that I would be able to role play them or play them in combat, you know, and it was very, very simple. It still took a lot of time as a DM to put all of it together, to ask the right questions and get it to do what I needed it to do. And I think overall, it's going to be very, very helpful when it comes to DMing as a supplement.
Yeah.
So like you're going to this city,
Generating NPCs on the fly.
right? Generating stuff on the fly. You're going to the city, like, oh, there are 3 taverns, you know, and they're based around this. Like, what should they be called? Like, what are they known for? What's their specialty drink? All of this kind of stuff. And as somebody with aphantasia, like I can't visualize things in my head. It's very nice. So I don't want to be over reliant on it, but I genuinely think that this is something that I could use to supplement or kind of fill out some of the gaps in world building, perhaps in you know, the City of Ash campaign, right? So anyway, with that, thank you guys so much for joining. Anything else you guys wanted to say before we log off for the night?
No, but it was really fun playing with you guys.
Yeah, I thought this group would get along together.
No, this is good. I liked it.
Yeah,
Bird
thanks
up.
for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
Bird up.
Bird up. Bird up.
Bird up.